Hello, everyone. Hope everybody's doing well. Feels really weird to be back live again. Excuse me if I sound bad. But yeah, it's been a rough week for me. I'm going to give you guys all the details on that. But so I do sound better. Well, that's good because I don't feel like I do. But I guess I do. I might have to mute every now and then to cough and stuff. But yeah, it's been a wild ride. What started out as I thought were allergies turned into something much bigger than that. So that was kind of annoying. Matter of fact, let's talk about that before we get into all the other stuff. So that way we can just kind of move on with the stream. But so if you guys remember last Thursday, I pretty much sounded like shit. Like I went live and I know Gwendolyn was like, save your voice so you can do your 5-hour stream. And I was like, oh no, I'll be good. I'll be fine. And I actually was not fine. I just progressively got worse. I had to work on Friday night. And after screaming on the microphone as a DJ all of Friday night, by the time Saturday rolled around, I was like, I don't have a voice. I feel like crap. You know, I'm just going to postpone it till Sunday. And that was the intention, to just do it on Sunday. By the time Sunday ran around, I had a fever. I was getting very sick. Ended up going, and I don't know if people have these, where you are, what part of the country, what part of the world you're in. But we have these places called urgent care. And you go there instead of going to an emergency room. It's usually faster and it's not as expensive. So I went to urgent care and got through pretty quickly. And they did all the tests, like wasn't COVID, wasn't any of the other things that you would expect it to be. Sent me to the emergency room. I ended up going to the hospital. They ran some more tests. And they found out that I have something that I had never even actually heard of called RSV, respiratory something virus. And I'm coughing like crap. I'm sitting in the emergency room. Now, here's the thing. When you're sick and you go to the hospital for something, you're in a room with a bunch of other sick people. So you're all there just sick together, being miserable. Everyone around me is coughing. I'm coughing. People are sneezing. People are moaning in pain. It's just awful. Healthcare in this country is awful. So anyway, found out I have RSV, which unfortunately, I don't know how many of you guys know about this. If you have a small child or an elderly person in your life, you may have heard of this because it is typically most common in kids and like senior citizens, which made me feel extremely old. Not a senior citizen. But I'd never heard of it. Anyway, there's no real treatment for it. They said there's no, like, they can't prescribe anything specifically for RSV. So basically, you just have to deal with it until it's gone. So once you have it, it's like it can last anywhere from 2 weeks to 3 weeks. And I'm at the end of week 1. And I'm still struggling with it a little bit. I'm glad I sound better. But for example, we had company over tonight to do D&D. And I'm coughing at the table. I feel bad. They said once the fever broke, I wasn't contagious anymore. My fever broke a day and a half ago. So there's that. But anyway, it sent all of my plans spiraled out of control. Is essentially what happened. So that's where we are. Now, as far as tonight goes, it's been 1 week since I've been able to go live. I had a video ready to go for my second for the Debunks channel. Yes, the vaccine, but you have to be at risk for it. They were telling me there is something you can opt to take, but you have to be in one of those groups that are like at risk apparently. And I'm not young enough or old enough. So since it's such a limited thing, they can only treat it with like normal over-the-counter medication. So yeah. Yeah, so that's the situation. Anyway, with that being said, I did luck out. I missed out on April Fool's Day. That was good because I've heard it was a lot of really bad misinformation on April's Fools. Is it April Fools or April's Fools? April Fool's Day. April Fool's Day. How do I not know that? April Fool's Day. So apparently there's a lot of bad information that came out that I didn't really get a chance to see because I was so sick. Like, I didn't work. I was laying in bed. It was crazy. One second. Sorry. Anyway. So, April isn't plural. Thank you, Gwendolyn. I appreciate it. So I missed out on a bunch of that. But I heard there were some really bad ones. I also heard there was Spider-Man news that was apparently fake, but it wasn't fake. So we might talk about that tonight. Actually, I don't have my other... Look, I'm not even prepared. To show you guys how out of it I am, I didn't even prep my second screen. That's pretty crazy. And there's no guest here right now. People are chatting in the green room, but they're not in here. So I don't know what's up with that. Hold on here. Let's do this. Yeah, let me start the goal now before we get going. It's going to be... So I'm like, real talk, I have lost 3 nights of work. I am a gig worker, meaning that I only get paid if I work. So if I do not work, I just lose that money. So I'm hoping that ad revenue and generosity helps me out tonight. I'm just throwing that out there. No pressure. Don't feel like there's pressure. But yeah, I'm hoping it does. Let's see. Let me set one up over here. Do that over here on this one. Let's see. And let's do one over here. We're going to do... and I'm planning on streaming as long as I have to tonight. I want to get through all the topics. So if I'm here for 3 hours, I'm here for 3 hours. All right. Let's see. We'll go ahead and put it at 3 just because I don't like counting down. Let's see. Start a poll. Let's do this. This is on the Reloaded channel. If you're watching on Debunks and you want to just vote on the poll, come over to the Reloaded channel, vote on the poll, and then you can jump back over to the Debunks channel. Pagey is in the green room. He's in there. I don't know where he's at. He was chatting in the green room. All right. There's a few options for you guys. I see we already have a couple super chats. You guys are awesome. Let's check those out. Let's see here. Naruto sent $2 super chat. We have those here in Nebraska. I guess you're talking about urgent cares. Somebody else asked how urgent care was. Urgent care is relatively fine. Like, I don't have a lot of issues with urgent care in terms of, like, getting in, getting taken care of. There's no long waits like you get in an emergency room. So urgent care is typically fine. I don't think I've ever had a bad experience at an urgent care. I can't speak for everybody. Emergency rooms, like hospitals, that's a different story. I have the worst times at hospitals. What's up, Lone Wolf? How are you doing? I would look at the Naked Gun trailer, but apparently it's getting copyright struck by people. All right, Cody here with a $5 super chat, chiming in. I'm really glad Cinemacon was this week to drown out April Fools. Yeah, but that was one of the issues I had. When I was looking for topics for tonight's stream, I didn't know what was real and what was fake. Like, legitimately, that was one of the big issues I had. As I had to, like, double check all of the news to see, like, what was debunked or whatever. And it was so hard because Cinemacon, does it always fall on April Fools? I don't know if it does. I have no clue. I'll be honest. Up until last year, I didn't really pay attention to Cinemacon, to be honest. Yours truly said, I saw Minecraft last night. It was a fun watch and I had the most packed cinema I've seen since No Way Home. Yeah. All right, so let's pull up a few stories. Maybe some people will be available. They'll stop in. We'll see. What do we got here? In my bookmarks. Should I save trailers for when more people can be here? Would you guys want me to save trailers until we get a few guests? Let me know in the chat if you want to wait for a few people to show up before we look at trailers. Because we're going to watch, I want to watch Superman. I want to watch Fantastic Four. I think there's a special look at Lilo and Stitch, I believe. There's a Thunderbolts trailer as well. There's a few other things. Oh, 3Dub's in the chat? I'm sorry, I didn't see you, 3Dub. Let me send over the link to 3Dub. You guys want me to bring 3Dub in? I can do that. Let's do it. Let's get 3Dub in. There we go. All right, there we go. 3Dub was going to jump in. Hopefully, I sent you the link. All right. Let's see here. That was quick. Holy shit. Like, it was like flash speed.
Yeah. Basically, I have my Facebook.
Oh my God, the mic sounds so good. That's the new microphone. Yeah, it sounds so good.
I got my black one right here.
I see. Yeah. No, that's great. So 3Dub and I have the same mic basically,
and the same sound system too.
Oh, you got the mixer too?
Wait, hold on.
Oh, look, he's got the little mixer so you can do all the voices and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, don't do them too much in here. They're kind of freaky. Yours truly says 3Dub new house. No, I think 3Dub moves his stuff around, right?
Yeah, it's basically I don't like certain areas of my house, and some work, some don't.
Right. So
I love my microphone.
Oh my God, it sounds so clear now. Like, it's great. Oh, there's a sound effect. I hear it. All right. We got a super chat from Crazy Cat Lady. $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, R.I.P. Val Kilmer and Clive Revell. But good news, we got Coyote versus Acme. Yeah. So, shout out to Val Kilmer. This news dropped. I saw this. I was laying in bed, sick as a dog. And this news dropped at like 5 minutes to midnight my time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, is this April Fool's? Because I wasn't sure.
Honestly, it was a big shock. I could not believe that he I thought it was a hoax.
Yeah, me too.
Honestly.
I had to double check. The very next day, I talked to some of the guys on the other podcast, and they were like, "No, it's true." I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't sure." But yeah, Coyote versus Acme, the same company that that released the other Looney Tunes movie that just came out like last month, I think it's Ketchup Entertainment. What's a weird name, Ketchup Entertainment. They're buying it and they're going to release it. And I didn't know about the other movie. Like, I didn't know it was even coming out, the other Looney Tunes movie. Like, there was no promotion for it. But this one I'm going to keep my eye on because I want to make sure that I go and support this one when it comes out. To
prove Warner Brothers wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I want to support it, obviously. No, Pagey's around. Pagey decides when he wants to come in. I drop a link for him and he'll stop in if he wants to. But if you guys want him to come in, go on Twitter and be like, or whatever, go just tell him to come on. I know he's around. We got a bunch of stuff. Like, I have so much stuff because I've missed 2 streams. So I have like a backlog of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, a lot of news.
Yeah,
a lot
so
of cast members too.
Let's see here. What do I want to talk about first? Got a few options here. So, this one was interesting. Let me pull this up. All right. Share. I like the new present or share box on
Yeah, it gets some time to get used to, but eventually it's pretty cool.
Okay, so I saw this today, and I thought this was really exciting because it clarified something that we speculated last week, and I guess many people still weren't sure if it was true. But Louise here, who, as far as I know so far, doesn't post fake stuff. I haven't seen him posting like 100% like just lies. Like, I don't see him posting that kind of stuff. So he says here, clarifying the situation once for all, Kevin Feige in a pre-recorded video from London says at Cinemacon that the 25 cast members announced for Avengers Doomsday are not the whole cast list. And there are more to be announced.
I kind of figured too. Like, I think it's going to be like the endgame version where we don't see them until the final fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like Tom Holland's going to be in there. I think that's my guess. Like, I would prefer him to be in there to kind of like either be a cliffhanger or something like that, and then leading into his movie.
Mm-hmm.
Or in his movie, I kind of want him to get the black suit, like at the very end, cliffhanger.
At the end of Avengers Doomsday, or at the end of his movie?
End of his movie.
Which, by the way, the title is supposed to be Brand New Day, right?
Brand New Day.
So, 3Dub, I know you've already looked into this.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that come out, then I saw people saying it wasn't real, and then I saw people saying it was real. So, has it been confirmed or completely squashed?
It was Marvel.
Okay.
Marvel doesn't bullshit around on that, basically.
Right.
But yeah, it's they dropped the home. It's no more home. So
I think everybody's happy about that. I mean, I was kind of over the home.
Someone joked about the last movie being The Last Day.
Oh, that could be true.
I hope they don't stick with the day part.
I'm actually surprised they're doing Brand New Day before One More Day, because that's the follow-up to that storyline, which I know a lot of people don't like it. I get that. But the follow-up to it seems weird as the first movie in the next trilogy.
It kind of makes sense, too, if you think about it, because if Doomsday ends the way we think, like, they lose. And a whole new world starts over. I think the Brand New Day would be like Spider-Man's brand new present day.
So do you think that means... Okay, so I have a theory that I think the title is just the title. I don't think it has anything to do with the regular Brand New Day story. I think it's going to be about what happens in Doomsday.
If you take into account of the other movies, Home Alone, Homecoming, it was about the homecoming. Like, there's homecoming as a centerpiece for an event. Then there was Far From Home, and that takes Spider-Man away from New York, which it did. No Way Home, he basically loses his only relativism, that he calls home,
Mhm.
and loses his entire being
Right.
too. So you can't have Peter Parker living in Aunt May's house because there's no Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So I think Brand New Day is literally going to be a brand new day.
Yeah. Yeah.
In
I'm
the
excited
new
for it,
world.
but I think this news for me isn't a big surprise. I'm glad they clarified it, but I feel like we already knew this. Like, this feels to me like something we already knew. There was a lot of look. I'm glad they released most of the Cinemacon footage because I was looking through today, and I noticed that a lot of the trailers at Cinemacon are now available on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good because I know that the Minecraft movie they were playing the Superman teaser in front of that, and then today I was like, oh shit, it's out! Like the whole teaser's out online.
Yeah, it's longer than the teaser trailer.
Yeah,
which is bizarre. Like,
I'll be honest, I haven't watched the whole thing, so you're gonna get like
I did.
I know you did because you love Superman, so I'm not shocked. I love Superman too, but I wanted to save my genuine reaction for when I was streaming.
Oh my
There's
God.
another bit of news here from Marvel. Let me find it. All right, here it goes. All right.
I'll save my thoughts on the fortress when we get to it.
Okay. Yeah. We'll probably do that one first. Kevin Feige says Avengers Doomsday will focus on the Avengers, Wakandans, Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, and the OG X-Men all fighting Doctor Doom.
It's kind of like people are saying like they're variants of the Fox universe, but here's the thing: if you watch Deadpool and Wolverine, right, the Fox universe that is in the void is completely destroyed.
Yeah.
So I have a theory that the entire Fox universe has disappeared, and those are variants of the Fox universe.
The X-Men that we're getting in Doomsday?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're the originals, and also these variants are the ones that Monica Rambeau entered
And at the end of the Marvels.
at the end of the Marvels. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I noticed there's a missing team here. Young Avengers isn't listed.
I think they're going to be in Secret Wars.
So you don't think we're going to see him in this movie?
They could be the other part. They're the Avengers, so they could be considered Avengers in this movie. So you never know if the entire cast wasn't.
What about the new Guardians of the Galaxy?
Star-Lord? No, I don't think the new. I don't think the new Guardians will show up until like Secret Wars, but I think the.
So you think they will show up though?
Yeah, eventually, and I think Star-Lord will show up.
I think Star-Lord for sure will show up.
Because
100%.
He was already announced back in the day. Like he was like Star-Lord will return just sometime in the future.
Well, he's also in a lot of that teaser artwork that they said wasn't real, but I think it probably was.
Speaking of which, did you see Venom 3?
Yeah.
Do you think they retcon No Way Home? I don't
think so. No.
Because it felt like a continuation of the same scene.
Now, I don't know if this is actually Paige or Lance pretending to be Paige, because those two always...
Paige.
Balls.
That sounds like Lance to me pretending to be Paige.
Wow.
Well, anyway.
I'm here, Paige.
What?
I was like, I'm glad you're here, Paige.
Oh, he's got that damn AI picture of me wearing pink that he keeps saying Rio is...
You claim this AI bullshit, and it's...
It's a deep fake. It's illegal to use it on YouTube. I don't know how you get away with it every time.
I'm only going to be here for like 20 minutes. So
okay. Well, we were going to watch the Superman. We're going to watch the Superman trailer. Do you want to? Have you seen it yet?
Is that not getting claimed?
I mean, even if it does, I'll just remove it out of the video like I always do.
Ooh, okay.
I have a feeling what's getting it claimed is the John Williams music, because I know a lot of people have said that.
Is it John Williams music?
Wait. The John Williams, we've already seen the trailer per se. At the very end, there's a trailer, but the first like 3 minutes is not music, so you don't have to skip through that.
Yeah, but that part is getting claimed just because it's a clip.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Well, yeah.
But what I'm going to say is we're going to watch it here, and if it's gone when you guys are watching it on playback, then you'll still hear our thoughts on it. So, and I have pictures available. Let me get the trailer ready.
Did your nipple chafing go down, Eric, or is it still an issue?
My what?
The nipple chafing that stopped you.
Oh no, that's still a problem. That one hasn't been treated yet. So, so the Superman trailer's 4 minutes and 48 seconds long.
Yeah.
It's not a trailer; it's a sneak peek.
It's a sneak peek.
That's crazy.
Well, they can't get a trailer.
Well, there's a trailer at the very end.
Are you on fucking Joe Blow again, Eric?
No, I'm watching. I'm on James Gunn's Twitter.
Is that the same thing though?
Maybe. Before we do that, we got a couple super chats here. Jose, $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Jose. How do you feel about Spider-Man 4 title reveal, Spider-Man Brand New Day, and Beyond Spider-Verse releases? So is that real as well? Is that release date for real. Beyond the Spider-Verse real?
Yeah.
That's such a long way away. But look, the good news is it won't be rushed, which means that they'll have time to really work on it.
I will say my hype for Beyond the Spider-Verse has dwindled to basically nothing.
Why though?
Because it's so long away. I'm like, bring it closer. Then I'll be excited.
It's closer than the Batman Part 2, because that's definitely gonna be 2028 before that comes out. So I don't mind the Spider-Man title for the movie because it's probably going to be an adaptation. So I don't think it's going to be like a straight up copy. We have a $5 super chat from Naruto. And Doomsday, I really hope they keep Rebecca Romijn's Mystique the same and not show her face. I don't want to know who Mystique is. I want them to do that too, but I feel like they're going to show her a lot because they always do that with Mystique. One of the things I love about the character in the comics is when she's around, you never know who she is. But in the movies, it's like they wanted her to be obvious to everybody when her power is literally shape-shifting. I don't understand.
You know what I kind of hate when watching Mystique? Like, I like her shape-shifting ability, but I don't like that the blue form that she takes, what she's supposed to look like, then takes the actual actress version of it. I'm like, there's no point.
What do you? Oh, you mean when they shift the color and everything?
They basically remove all the blue,
right?
On money. I'm like, there's no point to that.
I always was very annoyed by the fact that when the second movies came out, the second series of X-Men movies came out, that because of the popularity of the actress, they just decided to make Mystique like the main character in the movies. I always thought that was really stupid.
And then put Jennifer Lawrence without the blue in the forefront, like to save time.
Because she hated being blue. It's like not just the actress, but they made it seem like Mystique didn't want to look blue.
What made it the original Mystique, where she gets the drug, shot in her and she turns back to normal. That's the time that you're supposed to do the whole blue.
Well, they wanted her to be. So the thing about the movies that kind of pissed me off is they wanted her to be the face of the mutant liberation, but then she was ashamed of being a mutant. So it's like, what? That make a lot of sense to me. Let's drop this down. We got one more super chat, then we're gonna watch the trailer. South Texas Shark swinging in with a $2 super chat. What are your thoughts on the Switch 2? I am seeing a lot of stuff that has me concerned. The battery life is apparently not good. I've also seen that the cost is going up for at least the first game by
it's like $4.99.
Yeah, the console and the game. The only way you save any money apparently is if you buy a bundle. But then what happens after that? Are all the games going to be that expensive? And apparently I looked it up because I wanted to know more about it. But apparently the Switch is by far the most successful Nintendo console. It's even more successful than the Game Boy, which is kind of crazy, but it is.
Yeah, but that'd be money wise, probably not units sold.
Yeah. But that explains why they're doing a Switch 2 instead of a new console. They like the branding of the Switch. Yeah. They like that name.
Well, it's also just like versatile in regards to the player base and stuff like that.
I'm not really a Nintendo person though, so it doesn't really matter to me.
Your favorite game was Wii Sports.
No.
I mean, you have no problem with battery life if you keep it plugged in 24/7. I mean,
that's true. But I mean, when I had my Switch, because I gave it to my brother, when I had it, I only ever used it as a handheld console. I never plugged it in at home. I never played it on my TV. So I could have gotten one of those like Switch lights when they had them.
I had a normal Nintendo Switch, and I was like, I don't want this. So I gave it to sold it to my sister.
Yeah, there's nothing on it for me.
And I went and bought a Switch Lite. I was like, this just makes because it's like the normal one isn't really comfortable to use as a mobile one for like laying in bed or sitting on the couch.
The Switch Lite is less like wide.
The Switch Lite was
So yeah. Also, I feel like it's made for kids' hands.
Yes.
The Switch Lite works for bigger hands, and you could buy those bigger controllers that you could use.
Get it, Eric. You got massive hands.
Yeah, so
no,
I am more of an Xbox PS person. So
I'm more of a PlayStation.
It's just me.
I thought you were on the old Dreamcast still, DJ.
I love the Dreamcast. I do. I still love that console.
My favorite one is actually Atari back in the day. You know, I like that one. That was old.
Oh, Atari's not bad. All right. Which one's the 2600 or the 7800?
It's the one with the joystick.
Well, all of them have the joystick.
Well, I mean, like, okay, that's pointless.
I personally, I think I side with the Commodore 64. I think
I had that too. With
Eric,
the controller that spins. Like,
I have no idea.
No, it wasn't that one.
Eric, you're literally like 94 years old.
I know. That's what it is. All right, we're gonna watch the Superman. Look, if you're watching this on playback, this is probably gonna get claimed. I know I say that a lot.
What if you're watching on the toilet?
This one will definitely get claimed. So if it does, just pause this if you haven't seen it, which I'm pretty sure everybody has except for me. We'll talk about what we think after we watch the trailer.
There's Limp Bizkit in it.
Is Limp Bizkit in it?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nookie.
Is it or is it not? Hold on. Is it or is it not?
Yeah, Nookie.
He does break stuff, but no.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll say this is not necessarily a negative criticism of the movie, but I don't know if this
sounds like a massive criticism.
It is. Okay, it is. It's a massive criticism movie. I don't know if this is the best way to promote the film.
No.
Yeah, I actually do, but that was more something I was going to bring up towards when we actually.
Okay, well, we'll save that.
Not 27. That was 27 seconds. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
anyway,
let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. In time, because Pagey's here, of course.
Okay. He's fucking wearing a Superman shirt. Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
Is he one of Guns Gooners? You know, there's that Twitter account.
No. I just came here to say, if you're woke, it's trash. Everything that's woke is trash. This Superman movie, woke trash.
Is that after saying Minecraft that you're saying that?
Wait, has anybody seen Minecraft yet?
I'm going on Monday, but I'm already knowing it's woke trash.
I want to look up what it's doing right now.
Are you going on Monday so it fits in with Minecraft Mondays?
No, it's my daughter's birthday and she wants to see.
Oh.
I'm not going because I want to. I'm not.
I've got some theories about Minecraft because I think it falls in line with the whole Snow White thing, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Let's finish.
I think Minecraft looks funny.
No. I mean,
I think it looks funny.
No. I mean, in terms of like, we'll get to it. I'll get to it when we're done.
I am Steve. Friends with that robot there.
I believe so.
Why'd you skip back there?
Superman. The shot. The suit fits perfectly now. Like they tightened it up in post production.
Yeah, they just wanted it to be comfortable while he was on set.
Right.
And that makes sense. But
it's almost like we kept saying they were going to fix it in post production.
Exactly. We're crazy, Eric. We're the crazy ones.
Well, you were talking shit about it there.
Not because it was baggy. I didn't like other things. Okay, all right.
That's just a trailer.
All right, so Paige, you said
let's talk in the trailer.
Oh,
who cares?
That's
nothing.
fine. That's fine.
Nothing.
Well, the first thing I want to talk about is why I think that as being used for promotion for me feels a little strange because I get the impression they want this movie to feel like it has heart and hope, and that trailer doesn't necessarily inspire that.
The sneak peek.
Yes, the sneak peek. It doesn't really inspire that. However, I will say everything looked really polished now. Like all the VFX looked really good. Crypto looked better. Inside of the fortress looked really good. All the robots looked good. Everything felt very real, which is good. The suit was fixed in post-production. So I don't have a lot of negatives to say about it in that regard, but it feels a little weird to use that sneak peek as a teaser.
I think the reason it was weird for me because I think if you're on the fence, I don't think it changes too much. If you're someone that was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to go see this, I don't think that sneak peek changes anything. But if you were like already like, oh, I'll probably go see this, this look decent, it'll get you more excited because it gives you a bit of a fleshed out look in regards to it. The only thing is maybe that like in the original trailer with the crypto thing, it was made to be more dramatic. But in that scene, it's comedic. So that's the only difference. Is like,
that's another thing I want to point out is it feels. I don't think it's going to be Thor: Love and Thunder. I don't think that it's going to be like that kind of movie. But there's moments of it that make me a little bit concerned that it's not going to be serious enough. I don't necessarily need it to be Man of Steel, but I don't really know if I really enjoy James Gunn's work, so I'm not concerned about the quality of the movie. I think it'll be a fine movie regardless. I'm just wondering if it's going to be able to hit all of the beats that the general audience is going to enjoy.
You want to balance like they did in like a Guardians 1, for example, for the most part, and not a fucking Guardians 2 where it was like, I was going to use a Lance, like Lance in the drive-thru, you know what I mean? Like,
my God.
A big mess.
Hey,
I don't
Paigey, I'm a monetized creator now. Respect.
Oh, that's right. Congratulations. Right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't think
isn't like neurotic as well? Like
KC, that's literally what they can't do. They cannot. That's why they're in the situation they're in right now.
I mean, they can, but that would be pretty frowned upon.
Right. I mean, like that's why they had to reboot the DCEU is because they were trying to cater to a niche audience.
But a lot of the niche audience is happy. It's brighter, more hopeful, and not
but at the end of the day,
depressing and dank. And
unless there's a massive fumble, this is going to make more money than or at least the same money as Man of Steel.
At the end of the day, it's probably not fuck the general audience. Like Warner Brothers probably needs to be looking at going fuck the niche audience. Like who cares about
real talk? Like don't make it for me. Make it for everybody else because I'm one of that tiny percentage that I want things to be a certain way. But you got to mass market this. If they want this universe to grow, this character has to be as universally loved as possible.
Well, that's the biggest issue is that with Superman, it's just like people know who Superman is, but do they know what the character's really meant to be, or like that's the biggest difficulty when you make a movie like this, and also you're dealing with different generations, like people that maybe think Superman's meant to. Oh, fuck! I got a cramp. My left leg. I haven't straightened out my leg then.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's just about like what's Superman meant to be.
Can I just say, I'm turning a corner on this suit because.
It looks good.
I was on the fence about it before.
You know why? Why, Eric? Because what can you not really see too much from this angle?
The lines.
The lines. You can't see the lines.
That's true.
The collar isn't that. Everybody knows I hate the New 52 suit. I hate the collar. The collar isn't that bad to me.
You said the New 52 Superman was your favorite.
No, I did not. Especially when they started making him run around in a t-shirt.
Yeah, I didn't rate it. So
he was edgy. It's literally the worst version of Superman. I mean, I like the suit, but he's like his attitude is bad.
I hate the suit. He doesn't have the ew. But no, seriously, I feel as if they want like dark and edgy Kryptonian, they're gonna get that with Supergirl.
What's up,
because of the story
Dane?
But they're misogynistic, Lance.
Well, that's true, but they're still gonna get that. They're gonna get that dark, edgy Kryptonian stuff with that story that they're pulling from.
It's like
your happy, hopeful Supergirl.
It's like going
for balance.
It's like going up to someone and let's say it's you, Lance, and you have a large fry from McDonald's, large fries from McDonald's, and you go up to someone with a peanut allergy, and they go, "Look, I'm not feeling anything salty." And you go, "Okay, here's a tub of peanut butter." Like, they're not going to like it, are they?
I mean, maybe they will. Maybe they're into that.
They'll die.
Oh, what were we all going to say about the symbol on the door in the fortress? Let's talk about that because 3W said you had something to say about this too.
I have something to say about the entire forces as a whole.
He said Smallville did it better.
No, I didn't. I just think that when you have a fortress, it should be larger and more, more spread out
You feel like this is too tall and not wide enough?
Too tall and too leaning. And it's basically,
yeah,
my first thought, I was like, boy, that fortress is excited to see Superman come home. It just like straight
what is that? An erection joke?
That's a Lance joke. That's a gooning joke for Lance, is what that is.
I didn't.
I was like straight up.
Yeah, that was a goon but not forgotten joke.
Oh my god.
I'm like, it's too narrow, too small. I'm like,
oh my god.
But it's clearly big on the
inside.
Wait,
I was gonna say, and I've heard it's got a great personality as well, but also is 3Dub
size matters, you know?
Yeah, but you're saying you prefer girth over length. So is that what you're saying here, 3Dub? That's what he seems to be saying.
You kind of walked right into that.
Oh no.
Yeah, so pretty much 3Dub wants a chode Fortress of Solitude rehash.
I want a mushroom, not
What?
What?
Basically a mushroom is more spread out. Like,
oh my god. Yeah, we're talking about mushrooms.
Crystal.
Oh my god.
What images have you been seeing on Grindr?
All right. First, I want to do shout out. We already hit the goal, you guys. Thank you so much. So whatever the top one is, from the poll will be selected. I set up a secondary goal. If you guys want to do it, we'll pick the top two if we reach a second goal. But no pressure. The top two in the poll.
Sounds like there's a lot of pressure there.
It is a lot. It's a lot of pressure. Just like this, when this fortress pops out, it's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure.
Oh, is that another erection joke?
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me. I think I had a picture of the fortress here, like a better picture of it.
I also found it kind of cool that when Crypto barked, it recognized his voice, so it opened.
Oh, like his voice has been programmed into the system and everything?
Yeah. So it was like a bark and then voice recognition.
Oh, yeah, here it is. There we go. You know what it looks like to me? Honestly, it looks like a crown. Like
to me, it looks like the fucking Throne of Swords from Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah, like a big throne, like you're sitting on the throne.
Like if it was turned the other way, like where it was like taller at the back, if you know what I mean.
So what do we like? Chat, thumbs up or thumbs down on the fortress? I'm just curious what the chat thinks. Like, give us your opinion. You like it? You don't like it?
It'll take some getting used to, but at the same time, it's kind of unique.
I mean, we're probably going to see it like a total of like 4 times in the movie like that, so it probably doesn't matter too much.
What do we think about the technology on the inside?
You know what it looks like? Fucking Supergirl, the show. That's what it looks like.
Like in like quality or just in style?
Like in style, where it's got something like that, you know, on the ground and everything. You know how like if Superman and Lois's was very much like it was like snow and ice on the floor and everything. Like
I get what you're saying.
Platforms, and tech and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It looks like a bat cave in ice.
You know what I was thinking is this scene reminded me, and we're gonna watch it in a second. The new updated trailer for Fantastic Four. It gives that retro futurism vibe that he talked about this movie being, but it almost feels like it only applies to this, to like the stuff from Krypton.
Yeah, like Metropolis doesn't. That's all. Maybe like the design of the bullpen of the Daily Planet, but the actual streets and stuff.
Cody gave a thumbs down. Superman and Lois has a better fortress to me. Do we agree with that?
Smallville has a better fortress.
Is that based off like the outside and stuff?
I mean, we never really. The inside was just.
Staggervore says inside thumbs up, outside thumbs down.
Thank you.
I don't get it.
What don't you get?
Lance like having an aneurysm. What's going on?
I don't get like.
Horny.
Why do we care what the fortress looks like on the outside? We only care about.
Oh wow!
Wow! You only care what's on the inside, right? You have a big heart, you know that.
Oh no!
I mean, let's not forget Superman and Lois had to rebuild a fortress, and we never really saw the outside ever again. So it doesn't matter what the outside looks like. It's a big ice crystal palace. It's gonna be that.
I will say,
regardless.
The
dirt one from Rain.
It's more about like
the dirt one.
How we grew up with Superman, seeing like Superman the movie, how that ice fortress came about, and then you had like it merged into Smallville, that big ice, that big crystal and it didn't come off out of the ground. It came out of the ground, but it stayed out of the ground.
So
it makes sense for it to go into the ice.
It shouldn't get soft and hard at the
it should that way can't nobody just randomly stumble upon it.
What is happening here? What is going on?
Yeah,
see what happens when you show up, Paigey? This is all your fault.
Why? I'm not the one who started with the erection.
Always.
Always. I didn't do
it's just always like that. So the one positive to this, and regardless of whether or not you like it or you don't like it, I think is that everything looks finished. Like the VFX look completely done. They might have a few things here and there, but I don't know. Was this practical or not? Was this a practical set?
I would think
the stuff on the ground.
It was built in Atlanta. They had a practical set in Atlanta.
Yeah, like the stuff at the top there, probably not. But I'd say most of the stuff on the ground.
So, like all of the surface stuff is probably practical.
Scott Snyder confirmed that he visited that set in Atlanta.
Remember remember Shazam? Where
the Hall of Justice.
Yeah, the Hall of Doodles and stuff like that where it goes up and stuff. Like I think it might be like that, where like 80% of it is, and then there's a bit of like green screen.
Oh, okay. Let me see here. I had some other stuff bookmarked about this. Let's see if I have it.
Lance. Yeah.
Any other comments on the trailer while I kind of look for this bit? Any thoughts on it? Look, actually, you know what? I want to throw this over to Lance because Lance has been on the front. He's been on the front lines today. I've seen Superman's a cuck. He's a soy. I've seen so much of that today. And you have been battling. You've been putting up the good fight. I've been going through and reading all of your comments on that.
I just like messing with people.
They were trying to let you have it, though. People were quote tweeting you and everything. It was like...
Oh, me and the quote tweet person are best friends now. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but wasn't that like... What's his name?
What's his name?
That dude.
What dude?
That doesn't tell me anything.
It narrowed it down.
It narrowed it down to the entire population.
I know, exactly. That dude.
50%.
Oh, what's that guy's name?
What do you see a pool? Somebody said, "Is that a pool?" What do you see a
pool? Oh, do they mean like off over here, like in this area, like around there?
Staircase, isn't it? And that's like.
I think that's just part of the walkway. It just looks blue.
It's just
the walkway. No. I think it goes down, doesn't it?
Does it?
Like it's a tunnel. It's almost going down.
There's I don't. Honestly, I don't know. It doesn't look like a pool to me though.
What do you mean you don't know?
Because you can't see where it goes.
Yeah, but you can look.
Oh, I just thought of something. What if it's that
Excuse me.
Have you there's a tunnel that Superman goes down and it basically he basically comes out and there's like a line of Kryptonian statues.
Yeah, but isn't that what Diddy had in his house? Didn't he have like a tunnel connected to other houses and stuff? So I don't know if they want to do that.
There's actually, I heard there's off topic. I heard there's a Diddy documentary coming out, but I don't.
There's multiple Diddy documentaries. Lance has watched them all.
Oh my god,
I haven't. Like, did you see like people were upset at how he was like how David Cornsweet was describing the dog?
How he was what?
How he was describing the dog at Cinemacon.
Oh my gosh, what did they say? I didn't.
It's like well, he said it's like with crypto. He's like, when it comes down to it, crypto needs Superman. Superman doesn't need crypto. He said it's like he loves having the dog around in so many words, but it's like he's a hyperactive dog.
Well,
with superpowers, he's breaking stuff.
To be fair, based on the teaser they shared, that doesn't seem like an accurate description of not needing crypto.
I mean, yeah, I'm saying, yeah, of course, but they're like people are mad talking about some. Oh my God, then why is he even in the movie? That just makes it seem like that's not his dog. I said, well, that's obviously the case. I don't think Crypto was originally Clark's dog in the first place.
It's gonna be
Supergirl's dog.
Right.
He's literally just.
No,
Supergirl has a cat. Just saying.
They're pretty much confirmed that Crypto is going to be Supergirl's dog.
Yeah,
right.
He's literally just pet sitting.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. Like he leaves him at the fortress all day. Like,
but
like he did.
Do you think any of the criticisms you've seen so far have been valid, or is it mostly nitpicking?
It's nitpicking.
It's
You're
nitpicking.
mad. You're mad because Superman is screaming.
Do you mean in regards to like that, just the individual scene?
Yes, that one
like,
scene in
how it
particular.
relates to the.
I saw
My
someone.
thing-
I saw someone comment on the screaming part, and then another person literally pulled up another Superman that we all love, Tyler Hoechlin, screaming while he's getting burned by the sun.
I mean, didn't Henry Cavill scream when he had to kill Zod?
Yeah.
They
I
said,
thought he was
why is
laughing.
they said, why is the sun hurting Superman? I said, you try having 14 of your bones plus
'Cause he
all
was
of your
cut.
damaged organs healing at the exact same time under 200 plus times intensified solar radiation.
Relatable.
Mm-hmm.
And they literally they describe it.
When
They
that
tell
happens
you
to
what-
me, I react the same way. So I know exactly how that
exactly.
feels.
One person told me my spine was broken, and I didn't even feel it. I stopped feeling the pain.
Oh,
I said,
if-
"Well, I wanted to say, well, you were probably close to when you stopped feeling
Right,
it." But I
yeah.
mean, hey,
And if you get stabbed by a staff with that's holding green kryptonite, of course you're going to scream in pain. I mean,
yeah.
they was like, "I just want to know what hurt Superman." I don't know the giant monster alien thingy that he.
no, I think it was
I think it's Ultraman.
Ultraman.
You think he was twerking? Oh, never mind.
Oh, he could have been. I think it was Megan Thee Stallion is what hurt Superman. So,
Hey,
or Glorilla, or Sexy Red. It could be Sexy Red.
who was the one that crushed the back of that car? Like that.
That's
one.
it. I don't remember her name, but she lost anyway, so she's irrelevant.
Did
she
she?
lost that case. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
she
didn't know
lost
that.
the case. Yeah.
yes.
As I said, she would. I was like,
who
No,
thought
you
was
would.
gonna
You were
win
like,
that?
you
Well,
were thinking
because-
about doing the same thing.
well, you can't sue the company when they have leased people. Like they don't. He's not an actual employee of that company. It's his own vehicle. So she was suing the company. You can't get money out of them for that. So
Is there like a twerk champion? Like, does that exist or?
I mean, I'm pretty sure there is, but I wouldn't know who it is. Do you know who it
sure?
is?
No, that's
No.
what I'm asking.
No. By the way, before we move on from the trailer criticism, James Gunn was like, I can't believe they use this picture. Look at like everybody looks fine except for James. What is he?
He's
This is
geeking
like
out.
some Sears, Roebuck, J.C. Penney family photo shit is what's going on over here.
Geeking
You
out.
like, you know, when you would go as a kid, and Lance, you probably done this to your kids too, because I have a feeling you've done it. You take them somewhere to get professional photos, and they have to put on the fakest smile
Yeah.
because they don't want to be there. But you got them dressed up to the nines, and they're Sunday best, and they're there to do a photo shoot. And then one of them, you have like 4 people. One of them doesn't want to smile, so you have to take the picture again because that person didn't smile. It feels to be like this was like the 5th picture they took, and they told James like, you have to smile. Everybody else is doing it. Now you have to do it, and this is the picture.
You know
got.
why it looks awkward? Because both him and Rachel Brosnahan are doing the exact same thing, essentially.
Do you think that was intentional, though? Do you think he did that on purpose?
I
They
think
said
that's
maybe.
intentional.
But does
Hey.
that mean he's meant to be like having sex with Lex Luthor?
Oh my
Based
God,
off-
I didn't say that.
I have a serious question. How
I highly
damaged do you
doubt that.
think David's hair is going to be after dyeing it black and then dyeing it back to his normal color several times for the next few years?
Because of being Superman.
Yes.
No, because of being Batman, Eric. What a stupid.
I didn't know if he was in another movie where he's dyeing it like blonde or something. That's why I was asking the question.
Well, is he?
I don't know. That's why I ask.
Not that everything I've seen him in, he's had his natural brown, except for
Right.
this. So I'm trying to see like how much damage is this?
What
thing?
about Nicholas having to shave his head for Lex every time they go to film?
Yeah,
I
but that's
mean,
just
he shaved
shaving.
He shaved it for Furiosa. So I'm Mad Max, whatever movie he was in. So
I know that Michael Rosenbaum hated that.
yeah.
Yeah, he didn't find out until like the last season that.
Yeah,
you
but
could
that's
wear a
because they
bald-
kept
bald
like.
cap.
That's because they kept like covering their hands in butter and like slapping the back of his head. Like,
Oh my
I
God,
think
that's gross. All right, so we have some super chats here. Paigey, are you staying or are you going? You said you had 20 minutes.
Well, what's the next thing? I might stay.
I'm just going to
to
read super chats, and then we're going to move on.
Okay,
To the
I'll
next.
stay. I'll stay here for the super chat section.
And then we're probably going to watch the Fantastic Four trailer. So
did they release another trailer?
it's got like some of the VFX and stuff are finished. Yeah, I was going to watch that.
Oh, okay.
Screwface Capone with the $2 super chat. Eric's favorite game is clearly NBA 2K25. Those games are money sinks. They're always the same game with like either new suits or whatever new things you can buy, but they're basically the same game over and over and over again.
The difference is that you'll play it, like if you're buying it, you're probably going to play it for like at least 8 to 9 months of that year.
It's just, but it's cash shop heavy. It's all freaking, like you can play the same stuff with every game pretty much. I think like every 5 years they upgrade it. So every year you get a new game, but every 5 years they might add something different.
Does the controller and how you control the player change through
No, it's all the same.
So it's not like Madden, where it's
they might change 1 or 2 tiny things, but it's basically the same game.
Because it gets complicated as the years go.
That's not my favorite. I'm sure Lance probably likes this kind of game, though, right?
What?
NBA 2K25. You're a sports person, right?
My wife bought it for me, and I have not played it since the day I installed it, and that was in December.
Oh, all right. Well, never mind.
I like how you walk that back, Eric.
What?
Because you asked Lance about like how sure he would love the basketball game.
Well, because me, you, and 3Dub are not. We don't play sports. I feel like Lance is a sports person.
Because I'm black.
Yeah, no, that's Eric what Paige is suggesting.
No, I'm suggesting because you walked it back. To be honest, you did a pretty good job with it. I'm not going to lie.
You're the one that brought it up.
Well,
because I noticed it.
Well, to break that stereotype, I have really, really bad knees and I have a bad back.
Well, I didn't necessarily think that you played like professionally. I thought for some reason.
Okay, can I request something then? I request like Lance to head down.
Oh no, here we go.
The local court, whether it's on the street or something, and show him like dribbling a basketball and making a shot or attempting a shot.
Are you assuming that I just live in a neighborhood where we have basketball courts around me?
No, I said you head down to your local court.
I don't live in the ghetto.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like he's the one doing all this stuff. Like he's trying to blame it on other people.
You don't live in West Philadelphia?
No, I was actually. Well, I was actually.
Don't you live in like Chicago or something?
Why? Why? I live in Indiana.
Oh.
I live in Hammond, Indiana, which is actually very close to Chicago. But that is neither here nor there, Paigey. Why do you assume I lived in Chicago? Do I just give off those
Chicago vibes?
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say? Did you say why?
Those YN vibes, huh, Paigey?
No. Well,
oh my God.
Do you have those in Australia?
No.
Do you have YNs in Australia?
It's because one, you glaze Michael Jordan, and two,
I glazed Michael
Oh
Jordan?
no!
And two, you're a staunch defender of Kanye West. So that's why I assumed you're from Chicago. I saw your Twitter rant the other day.
I would never. Why is 3Dub is bright red?
I'm laughing too much.
Yeah. That's crazy. The whole thing is just like is wild. I don't even have anything to add to that.
Leave it to Paigey to
Did you see Kanye West on that dude's live stream?
Yes, we're not going to talk about that. I'm not trying to get demonetized for that.
Didn't Kanye say he didn't want kids and he regrets it or something?
He's said a lot of shit recently. Like I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't think
I was his kids. I would be pissed that he said that out loud.
Yeah, I agree. Eric, can you react to Kanye's interview with AirrickDebunks?
No, we cannot. No.
Why?
Well, first of all, AirrickDebunks is pretty much a clown anyway, but just him and Kanye together is a no for me, dog. Like just a no.
So do you play any Kanye when you're at the club, DJ?
Not anymore.
Wait, no more.
So it's just Katy Perry all the time?
I don't even play Katy Perry. She's been canceled too.
She has?
What'd she get canceled for?
Dang.
Because she was like, I guess she said something about supporting Tesla or something. I don't remember. Anyway, there's a list of people that have been canceled, so she's one of them too. Gwen Stefani's been canceled. I like my playlist is dropped to like 5 artists.
But
three dropped out.
But don't you still play that R. Kelly song from Space Jam?
No, R. Kelly's been canceled too. I don't play R. Kelly.
What about Hillary Duff?
I don't ever get requests for Hillary Duff, so I don't know if she's canceled or not.
There you go, Lance. You can make a road trip down to Virginia, West Virginia.
What about Chris Brown? You should have residuals.
So Chris Brown went from canceled to uncanceled at some point. I don't know how that happened because for years he was canceled, and then a few years back, people started requesting him again. So he went from canceled to uncanceled, I guess. So
how did that happen?
I don't know. I didn't ask. It's just people were like,
So is there like a time limit, like an expiration date on a cancellation?
I think Chris Brown. So I think the reality of it is, I think some people are still on the fence about what actually happened with Chris Brown and Rihanna. That's what I think.
I mean, he told the truth. They were both fighting each other. So
he just back, but his camera isn't working.
He just lost it, and he admitted that he went a little bit. Yes. Well, not a little bit. He admitted he went too far.
Right. But I think
not everybody is man enough to admit that.
But I think there's a group of women that don't like Rihanna, so they're standing Chris. That's what I think it is. That's what I think.
Do you get Ponder Replay?
Why are you going back to like the very first song she ever had?
Are you?
It's a good song.
Are you?
It's not her best song.
Are you playing Sean Kingston or is he?
I love Sean Kingston, but nobody's requested him in a long time either. There's a lot of people that people don't request anymore.
Well, you know he's going to prison, right?
I know.
And his mom. Yeah,
which is insane. You're going to prison with your mom.
That's what you get for hiding shit like that. They catch you. They catch you.
My entire power gave out.
Like your house power?
No, like my entire
brain power.
Entire computer.
Did it restart or something?
Yeah, basically it shut off completely.
Oh, that's not good.
What about that? What about that song?
I have no idea. I'm trying to get through my super chats, and you've got limited time, so you're just kind of wasting time. Cody with a $5 super chat. So a Switch cartridge is 60% more expensive than a 50 gigabyte PS4 disc to make. Cartridges are always going to be more expensive. That's the thing people don't understand, because it's like thicker plastic. It's a lot more manufacturing. CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, they're always going to be cheaper to press because they're just one flat object. So
yeah, because they're cartridges.
Oh, did we talk about the White Lotus?
We're not talking about White Lotus. You want to bring, because number one, people keep spoiling it, and I'm tired of people coming in the comments telling me to stop spoiling something just randomly, so we're not going to talk about it.
And two,
because it's demonetization, you know that. So that's the two reasons why I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to be demonetized. Cody with the $5 super chat. I'm not liking the mystery box marketing approach at all with Superman.
Oh, that was about Minecraft.
Mystery box?
Did you see my photo?
I don't see anything. Oh, in the chat. Yeah.
What mystery box?
Cody, can you in the chat explain what that means for everybody?
I think he means not spoiling, or basically not giving a lot of information about what the movie's about.
Oh, that's probably
I like that.
Yeah, I mean that's not everyone's cup of tea though. Some people like more information.
Hold on. No, you can continue talking.
I was like, wait, I thought you were going to share something. Yeah, Cody's saying we don't know a whole lot. So yeah, keeping a lot of the plot behind closed doors, basically. Do we like that? Do we not like that?
I don't like behind the scenes photos, so I don't care if it's in the trailer.
Ooh,
but
Canada Graphs is gonna be so mad at you.
I don't like when Lance shares Canada Graphs photos.
Oh my god!
I like the mystery surrounding it.
Oh, is he in the chat right now? That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, I'm fine with Canada Graphs taking photos. That's part of his job, but I don't like knowing.
Okay, well then you're okay with mystery box marketing. Paige, do you want to know more of the plot, or do you feel like it's okay for you now for Superman? Apparently, I'm not going to talk about it here. But apparently the entire plot was leaked online. I already read it, but it sounds like bullshit to me.
Fools.
Yeah, it sounds like bullshit to me.
I think they just need to maybe just show it. They don't have to reveal the plot or explain necessarily the stories. But then again, that new trailer is going to come out in 2 weeks or whatever it is, proper trailer. Mm-hmm. And they're going to call that the main trailer, I'd assume. And that's where you really sort of have to give a feel for the story. Okay. So maybe that's a discussion to have when that comes out. Whether they're still going down that mysterious road.
I'm going to share your screen in a second, but Naruto's got a super chat here that addresses you. So it's a $5 super chat. Paigey, have you been rocking out to the 90s, 2000s nostalgia and Netflix Devil May Cry anime that dropped today?
I haven't started watching it. I don't know. I've been watching, because I finished season 1, but I never watched the rest, but Eastbound and Down.
Yeah.
So I've started rewatching that. And
is anybody watching Devil May Cry?
I saw the original.
Well, it only came out today. It came
No,
out.
no,
literally-
there's
Yeah, but I don't know if anybody's watched any of it yet.
There is a dub version that's called Devil May Cry, and it's already made. It's basically an upgraded version of it.
So so when you say that, Naruto, is that songs or is that just like references and stuff?
I think there's a lot of songs in it from the
Roland
90s
is the
and-
theme song.
Yeah.
So I'd assume that there's a bunch more other songs.
Yeah. I
Oh,
think
what
that's
songs?
I think
Oh,
that's
if they
what
have,
you're talking about.
what if they have Butterfly by Crazy Town?
Dev says, "Is Lance the ghost of the goon?" Well, you know.
See, that's what I'm saying. Goon,
right.
but never forgotten.
So before you pull up pages, I just want to read out Gwendolyn's here. She says, "I'm okay with the mystery to an extent, but besides curiosity, that's the only reason I'm seeing it. The trailers aren't wowing me to have me running to buy tickets when they go on sale. That's what I'm a little bit concerned about."
Yeah, as I say, I think anyone that was on the fence, it doesn't necessarily push them over the line. They're probably still in the market of or in the field of, I'll just wait and see. Anyone get this thing?
I didn't even
So
know
no,
this was
it's
out.
worldwide. It's worldwide.
Is it like a nugget box or something?
You got to be fucking kidding me.
What?
Crazy Town is on it. Lone Wolf is saying that Butterfly by Crazy Town is on.
Evanescence is on it? Oh my god.
No way! I'm gonna watch it then. I want to see whether they put. Mate, when the Barbie movie had Butterfly fucking playing in the background, I was losing my shit in the theater. No one else got it as well. I was like, God, uncultured. What are we doing?
So is this like a nugget box or something? I don't know what this is.
It's the Minecraft meal. So there's a Happy Meal and then like a meal for quote adults, close quotes.
Oh, I see. The Happy Meal is behind it.
No, that's not a Happy Meal. That's a 10 McNugget meal.
So hold on, I'm so confused. Unless they've changed something, the Happy Meal boxes look like little lunch boxes.
There's a Happy Meal and then there's this meal which is meant for like quote unquote adults, and I got it.
So are the burgers square?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, I think you can get McNuggets or a Big Mac or something, and then you get like this sauce which is just a really spicy sweet chili. I thought it was going to be better, but it was just sweet chili with like extra chilies and stuff. But I opened the box and I got. What did I get? I got this one. I don't know what the fuck it is. Looks like something Lance would use.
My baby got one today, but it was just some little black girl in it, so I don't know what it was.
Is it one of the characters from the movie?
Is there a black girl in the movie?
Yes. Yeah.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, I guess it was a square, and I opened the square, and pop goes the girl. I guess I said.
Yeah. Did anyone else get this one? I don't know if this is. I think
that must be an Australian exclusive.
No, I wanted the Grimace. It's Grimace, but as an egg. But then Grimace is shaped like an egg anyway. But I wanted Grimace.
Yeah. So I wanted to look at since we're on Minecraft.
You should go, Eric, and get a Minecraft.
Did you see what I sent in the chat to Eric?
No, we ignored it.
No, in what, the private chat or the group chat?
Group chat, because I want your thoughts on that as well, because that's shocking news to me.
Okay, well hold on. Let me see what it is.
Did you hear that they dropped Minecraft in Minecraft?
What?
Yeah, he goes like, "Let's first mine, then we'll craft."
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. Yes, I don't know if is that real.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's one of my topics, Lance. I have that.
Are you going to see Minecraft, Eric?
Not the opening day, no.
No, but
didn't it open today?
Yeah.
I think so.
No. Yeah.
And the theater is emptier than than the pandemic. So.
Yeah, so as expected, Rotten Tomatoes doesn't like the critics don't like the movie. Surprise, surprise. I mean,
to be fair, based off all the bad reviews, I thought it was going to be much lower. Like I was seeing like people give it like half a star, 1 star, and stuff like that.
I mean, to be fair, as soon as they cast Danielle in it, I mean, people made up their mind that it was going to be terrible because they saw a black person. So they saw a black female, then they saw another female, and said, "Oh, it's going to be trash." So yeah.
So I think
you know how people are.
I'm not doubting that.
Do they have
based
songs
on probably I would guess yes. I think, because right now it says, according to Deadline, let me share this over here. Minecraft movie looks to build 140 million global gold mine in barren desert box office, meaning that they're expecting it to have a really solid opening weekend here for this film. What this is going to, I mentioned this earlier when we were talking briefly about the whole Snow White thing at the beginning of the stream, but we're going to see where kids' heads are in terms of like the kind of media they're interested in with which movie ends up doing better, Snow White or Minecraft. I think Minecraft is going to do better than Snow White.
Let's be honest. Like, if it's not Minecraft, that's cooked.
Snow White wasn't. Snow White was actually good though, which is the crazy part.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. Like, I'm just saying, like, Disney wanted that to be a new launch of the Snow White IP for kids, so they would sell more toys and stuff like that. And we don't know if that's inevitably what's going to happen. Maybe it does down the road become something that sells more toys for them or something.
Has anyone in the chat seen the Minecraft movie yet?
No. Well, okay, chat. No.
Because I'm interested. Like, I keep hearing that.
I just think it's
people edit shit in. It's like I keep hearing that people like play that song like Creeper. Oh man, that song at the end. But I feel like it's just edited in. It's not real. You know that stupid song. You know when they used to make those Minecraft songs like 10, 15 years ago? Minecraft came out as I was finishing high school. I think my like second or last year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Minecraft started. I need to hear people talk about this fucking Minecraft game. Oh, join my server. And I'm like,
Minecraft was right after my time. Like, I never played Minecraft the way other people play it. I would jump on in creative mode and build things, but that's all I ever did with it. I never played the actual game.
Played it on like the Xbox 360. And then I stopped once like my diamonds kept getting stolen. I'm like, I can't trust anyone. Spend like an hour mining all these diamonds, and then dickhead goes in and takes
from
them.
San Francisco Chronicle here. Let's read this one. Another example of Hollywood shoving a beloved property into the factory mold, hoping name recognition will be enough to justify its existence. Alan French from Fandom Wire, who also gave it rotten here. A Minecraft movie falls in the realm of Easter egg hunting first and storytelling second. Outside of Minecraft superfans, this one doesn't have much appeal.
But that's
how big is? Yeah, I was going to say what is the Minecraft? I want to see what the. Hold on.
Yeah, we're back in the mines.
Minecraft is the best-selling video game of all time.
Yeah.
Of all time.
It's got that like leniency because it's just been one game.
Yeah. But the thing is, right now in games that are being played around the world, it's the second most played game at the moment, next to Counter-Strike 2.
How is outside of the Minecraft superfans bad? If it doesn't appeal to them, then it should be bad.
Well, I think he's saying that if you're a casual moviegoer, you're not going to go into this and find it enjoyable, is what he's saying. And I think
someone that doesn't care about Mario or Sonic or something
right.
could have gone in and enjoyed it.
Unlike the Superman movie, I don't think this movie is trying to hit outside of its target demographic. I think this movie is trying to. That's their exact market is like under 25 and families. That's what I think this movie is for. I think Superman needs a broad net. It needs to capture as many people as possible. But at the end of the day, if the movie is funny and silly and kids like it, that's all that matters. I know we get in this argument all the time with the chat. You guys disagree with me. Sometimes panelists disagree with me. But I think that kids look for different values in movies than adults do.
Also, I think people just try to be... I've said it's an issue with like social media as a whole, and like even something like Letterboxd, if you think about it, everyone wants to be a critic. And I'm like, there's a reason that critics get paid by like a certain place to do it. Like, and a critic is a profession. At the end of the day, you have to realize when you're just a viewer and then a critic. And everyone just tries to take shit too seriously. Like, it's a fucking Minecraft movie. Like, what are we doing?
But like, look right here. So Stephen Thompson from NPR makes the mistake with Barbie that I knew critics in Hollywood were going to make. Turning Minecraft into a movie presents a challenge because the film has a lot of character development to catch up on. There's not a lot. You can make any character you want. It's Minecraft. Like, you could have gone a completely different direction.
The reason Minecraft is popular is because it's simple.
Yeah. But as the Lego movie and Barbie have demonstrated, it's possible to get it spectacularly right. What does Barbie have to do with Minecraft? Barbie is not a video game. It's not in the same market as Minecraft. It's a toy franchise. Minecraft is a video game franchise. Very different. Barbie's story can be whatever you want it to be. Because Barbie doesn't have... Barbie can be anything. That's the whole point. Minecraft has a world. It exists in a world. It's not a character. It's not the same thing.
You should have said Sonic.
Well, any other video game.
The mines.
Lego isn't even the same.
No.
Well, there's blocks. That's about it.
I mean, yeah.
They're not even live action.
Right.
Oh, technically they are.
Wow, Doug Walker. Any section of this movie could be a fake trailer from Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder, though. Why are we going back to that, Pagey? Isn't that canceled at this point?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I was just, well, Jack Black's in Tropic Thunder. Maybe that's why.
True.
There's the cocaine.
Look, it's a silly, fast-moving romp that works both as homage to the game and a standalone movie. Somebody who's like, it's just a fun movie. That's what they wanted.
I'm sorry if anyone that is actually a Minecraft fan is going in expecting fucking, like, what? Citizen Kane or something. Like, get your head out of your ass. Like, what are you doing? I think the only thing that would be disappointing is if they didn't play like there's actually some stuff that they could have put in there more. I heard one thing that people were disappointed by was the fact that they got Minecraft YouTubers in the film, but they're just like background cameos. They're not actually in the film, and like considering the film is pretty silly, you easily could have put them in there. Right. I think that's. So, but then again, I haven't seen it, so I don't know 100% if that's the case.
Is anybody watching? And I'm not going to spoil it, but is anybody watching the studio series on Apple TV Plus with Seth Rogen?
That's fucking really good. If you haven't started it, it's really good.
I have heard. So, Paige, it's funny you say that because everybody I've talked to has hated it.
Really?
Right? Yes. I'll tell you why in a second. But I love it because to me, it shows like the background of what really happens in cinema, like the actual.
But with this satirical take.
So yes. Yeah. Obviously, it's a humorous take, but it's showing you like how the industry works from behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Making fun of it in a ridiculous way. One of the things they're doing, and I don't want to spoil it again, is they take, and I will say the brand because I think it's funny. They take the brand Kool-Aid and they try to make it a serious like thriller film, right? So when I read
an after party connection as well.
Yes, it does, but I don't want to spoil it. Robbie here from the Telegraph literally says something that's making me feel like he didn't pay attention to the lessons from that episode of Studio. As Black and company take on an evil sorceress, you could be watching any other brand-driven cash-in, just blockier, which is exactly what the joke is in the studio when it comes to this Kool-Aid movie. Is that that people on the inside want this like artistic, pinnacle of cinema, but most people that are going to see the movies just want to be entertained. That's the joke. So when critics are saying, we want Minecraft, but we want high art Minecraft. What kid wants that?
Yeah.
What kid wants to go see that?
Like hypothetically, let's make like an Oscar bait Minecraft movie.
Exactly.
It'd be about like a down and out like villager or creeper or something that has to fight through societal norms or something to get into the Enderworld and defeat whatever the things are down there and save.
It's so ridiculous.
And that sounds so like a kid would watching it like, what is this shit?
I want to take my kid to see the Christopher Nolan version of Minecraft, the one where they have like a dark story and an unintelligible plot for children.
Who made this movie?
Minecraft?
The director of Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre.
Right.
That is who made the Minecraft movie. I'm sorry if you're expecting like something, like especially with Nacho Libre and Jack Black and stuff like that in it, like you're expecting it to ham it up.
I'll probably like it then because I love Napoleon Dynamite. It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, I think it probably leans more into maybe like a Nacho Libre, like how Jack Black's in that movie and stuff. Yeah, we're back in.
I think that there's a weird situation where when you're a critic, look, no offense to these guys, but all offense intended, I guess. If you're going to watch a movie called the Minecraft movie, and its intended target audience is children, asking for something more than just a fun, silly movie is a dumb review.
Yeah.
It's just dumb. Kids don't want Christopher Nolan's take on Minecraft. They don't want Zack Snyder's Minecraft. They don't want maybe Michael Bay's Minecraft. Maybe that would work, but...
Well, you would want Woody Allen's Minecraft, Eric.
No, I would not. Fuck that. No.
Soundtrack by R. Kelly.
Not at all.
I believe I can mine.
Yeah. What's up, Salty? Good to see you.
I actually watched Space Jam the other night.
The new one or the old one?
No, the old one with Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Lance's mate.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. Most reviewers are dumb. Most of them are.
Slam, and welcome to the jam. What a song.
Present company included.
Who are they trying to? A bunch of kids that won't read their stuff?
If a critic is reviewing a children's movie, as a parent that would be reading the critic's review, I would want to know how well the movie translates to a family film for my child. I wouldn't read that review and go, what is the movie saying to me as an adult? That's not what I would want from the review. The same reason all the Snow White reviews were stupid. What does that movie mean to a kid that's going to see it? I don't care if you don't like Rachel Zegler. That's not even what I'm caring about in this situation. You know what I mean?
Is Lance going to see Final Destination Bloodlines?
I don't know.
Oh no, I was just asking. Says he's shaking. He's nodding. He is.
No, I'm not. My wife doesn't want to see that. So yeah.
Okay. Are you gonna go see it, Eric? It's got Stargirl in it.
Probably not. I haven't watched Final Destination. It's like the second or third film.
And that chick from Gotham Knights. So it's literally an Arrowverse reunion.
Like plots like that about like that kind of stuff happening wear thin on me after the second or third time I see it.
I didn't really like. I think the first 3 Final Destinations are pretty good.
Like Saw wore thin on me. I got tired of that.
That was the issue with Final Destination. It had to compete with Saw. So 4 and 5 end up being a bit too much. Like they get a bit fucked.
Sheldor here with the $5 super chat.
What's his name? Nate Haywood got his intestine sucked out by the pool vac. I was like, yeah, that's not good.
Okay. Sheldor with the $5 super chat. Hi, Eric. Hope you're feeling better, man. If not, get better soon. I just have been reading the new Hunger Games book and loved it. Congrats, Lance. Speaking of Hunger Games, that teaser was a real big teaser. It was nothing in it. It was just like a logo reveal or whatever.
Did you see the logo for the How to Train Your Dragon? It's just
no.
They go the first teaser and it's like the sequel to the How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, for the second live action one.
How to Train Your Dragon 2, and then it ends. It's like, what's just announced?
I heard we're not gonna. It's not a main topic here, but I just thought I'd mention it. That the movie, I think they're saying that this movie is great, but it really is just a remake of the cartoon.
Yeah, that's what I got from majority of the people that were there. That was like it's a straightforward remake. It's not a shot for shot because they changed some things, but at the same time it is. But this is one of like the best remakes that a lot of people have.
Apparently it's so good they're going to go ahead and greenlight the second one. So
yeah, they green for 2027. Yeah.
Yeah. So
what are we also like? What are we doing? Can we like when are we getting this Gears of War movie? Like when this shit is pissing me off. Like they're gonna miss it as well. Like Gears of War movie should have been made like 2015. Like it should have been made 10 years ago. Like what's going on?
I don't know.
Did you play Gears of War, Lance?
No.
I played it, but I don't know when the movie's coming out.
Gears of War's so good. Story's really good as well. Like I know what they're doing. They fucked it. What's another video game movie they need to make?
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that's not a video game.
Evolution.
Is that a game? No, it's already a movie. It's got David Duchovny in it. And what's his name?
Like remake.
Horizon Zero Dawn needs a movie. That would make a good movie.
Yeah, but that's really recent though, that game.
So?
Yeah, but like give it some breathing room.
The Horizon Zero Dawn came out in 2015.
Yeah, but that's still
That's like 10 years ago.
Yeah, well, maybe they can
they're
start
making
working
a
on it
movie
now.
about that though.
No, they canceled it. It was a Netflix show. They canceled it.
Oh,
Yeah, it got too woke. They're making a Sleeping Dogs movie, aren't they?
Michael DeFonte here with a member chat. A good way to support the channel, pay attention everybody, is by clicking the like thumbs up button. It goes a long way to help growing the channel. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. Thank you for being a channel member.
Are they doing a Mass Effect show or something?
I don't know. Hey Eric,
Or is that just another game?
I'm looking at the title. People are still mad. People are mad about the Shalabal. People are mad.
Yeah, I've got something pulled up for that. We're gonna look at that after we do the trailer.
I didn't see anything.
Oh, there's people still complaining about it because there's actually a discussing film post that gives a description of the character, and ever since that came out, people have been complaining about it. So
it's not. No, I just feel like it's still people being idiots that didn't know Shalabal was an actual character. It's a different universe, you nutbag.
They don't seem to understand that movie is going to be the only movie where those characters exist in that universe, and then they're going to come over to our universe. But Sheldor dropping another $5 super chat. Apologies, I'm late by the way, but I hope in Doomsday the OG X-Men get one last moment to shine before recast. Patrick better say to me, my X-Men.
What if
Kevin Feige said that's the focus is the OG X-Men, the Avengers, the Wakandans, and the Fantastic Four, all focusing to fight Doom, which leads me to believe that even though he says he even said it again today that not everybody has been announced.
Yeah, we mentioned that earlier. Yeah,
I'm thinking after the Spider-Man title reveal, I don't think he's going to be in it. I think it's going to be like a post-credit scene. I think that film is mostly.
I'm still in it.
You know what I mean. I feel as if this film is mostly self-contained. And let me preface this for the weirdos out there who got upset when they found out that Guy Gardner was going to be in the Lantern Show, even though the director said that was self-contained.
We have to look at the set photo of that because there's a funny post about that. So
why are people mad about that?
We'll get there because I definitely want to talk about that. Michael here with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Look at this still. It looks like Superman opening his shirt in an abstract way. Oh, we're talking about the one we looked at earlier. Yeah, a lot of people were saying there's a ton of parallels in that trailer or the teaser, I guess, heading into the trailer that throw back to like old school Superman stuff. Do you think they're going to do too much nostalgia bait in that movie, or do you think it's...
They also threw back to Smallville with the whole kid saving. Basically, for the intro, where Clark runs and...
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. Is that the only time he ever did that?
Yeah, he lets kids just die the rest of the time. He just lets them get blown up.
There's sometimes kids get possessed by Bizarro. I mean, but no, that was the only time he actually did that specific scene. But he has saved a numerous amount of kids in Smallville. So.
Oh, okay.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the
chat. Yeah, 2 more super chats that will be caught up.
Go,
Michael again, dropping in. Says, I bet James Gunn will infuse some modern style take on Silver Age craziness, like how Grant Morrison does, for example, the Kaiju. Yeah, the Kaiju looks cool. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think there's going to be a dance scene?
What happens if there is a dance scene?
Well, it depends maybe the context. I can maybe see there's robots dancing. Like,
what do you mean? Like, okay, so what do you mean by dancing? Do you mean like
it's the same way
full-on musical, or?
Oh no, just like it could be like, I don't know, like what's the song? Like it's just like a needle drop, like I don't know, Backstreet's Back or something.
No. I don't think they're going to do that.
Why?
It would ruin the film. People would revolt if they did that.
You don't know the context of a situation.
There's no context that would make the film better by having a needle drop in it.
Of specifically Backstreet's Back. What about other songs?
No, it wouldn't work at all.
Like Ukrainian death metal or something like that. I don't know.
It still wouldn't matter. I think any sort of like referential stuff in the movie like that would be.
I ironically say I Believe I Can Fly working really well.
I don't think that song will ever be used in anything ever again.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Wait, isn't there like a Michael Jackson song? Like Beat It.
I mean, Michael Jackson is not totally canceled.
No, but I'm just saying you can use Beat It.
I don't think. Do I have to say it like 5 different ways? I don't think any sort of referential needle drop in that movie is going to make the movie better. So I don't agree with that.
What, do you think it can make it worse?
I don't think it would make it better. So I don't know if it would make it worse. I don't think it would make it better.
Okay, so for reference, in the episode of The Flash entitled Love is a Battlefield, does the needle drop of Love is a Battlefield ruin that episode or that moment?
I mean, I didn't like that episode anyway, so it doesn't make much of a difference.
So did the song make it better?
It didn't make it worse. It just felt as bad as it was anyway.
Bullshit, Eric. That song.
There is only one needle drop that exists, or 2 needle drops that exist in the Arrowverse that make it better.
Which
Return
is
of the Mac.
What's the other one?
And Hot in Here. Those are the only ones.
You spent years slamming that and saying it wasn't good, and now you're taking it back.
I'm saying I think after watching it again, I feel like it worked.
Actually, the only song which I think could work in Superman, ironically, really well, would be Right There by Chingy. I think that might actually go off.
I don't know about that.
Why?
Because again, for the 6th time, I don't think any song being referenced in that movie is going to make the movie better. That is the last time I'm answering that question. As far as Grant Morrison and Kaiju and all of that, I think it'll be fine. I hope that James Gunn is capable of fixing all the damage that was done in the DCU, but I'm going to let him cook. Michael, the $2 super chat says, Eric, what is the brand and model of your new mic? So 3Dub, I think he has the same exact one.
Yeah, same one.
It's the Fifine.
Yeah.
Fifine. Fifine. And it's a dynamic microphone. They have like 2 or 3 different ones, but if you look it up, you'll find this version here. Yeah. So
it's the made spin by Lemon Party.
Yeah, exactly. I would suggest if you're going to get into podcasting and you want to do it for like not too much, this microphone and the 4-channel mixer are very affordable.
Okay,
matter of fact,
I got to go down. I got to quickly go down.
All right, we'll see you later.
Bye,
oh gosh. If you just want to use it for podcasting and you don't care about like having other stuff in the mixer, the microphone itself is like $45. So it's not bad at all. Cody here with the $5 super chat says, Feige is going to produce X-Men. What happened with my screen here? Hold on. What in the world? My entire YouTube screen just went nuts.
Yeah, YouTube has been did it like
it froze up.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
That's kind of wild. Okay. Okay, there we go. Feige's going to produce X-Men, let his career come full circle, and then retire, honestly. I think the X-Men could do like another 20 years in the MCU.
Yeah. Also, I think...
I mean, is that crazy to say that?
When Lance was talking about the X-Men, the thought went out of my head, but it finally came back when Cody mentioned it. I think we're getting the yellow suits. I don't think we're getting that black shit.
You mean like the team suits, right? The ones that they wear as a team?
I think we're getting the actual comic book suits like we got for Wolverine. I don't think we're doing the whole black leather.
As long as we don't do the black leather, I'm okay. I just don't want the black leather. Almost every other like X-Men suit we've ever had is better than the black leather. Black leather is awful.
And I really, really hope Cyclops says the line from the "This is my X-Men." You know, just
right. I don't know. Lance, what do you think about the X-Men? You think we're going to see like the colorful suits, yellow suits?
I think we're going to see the colorful suits. I was about to say Nightwing. I think Nightcrawler is going to wear his classic black and burgundy, black and red suit. I think he's going to have the swords.
Wait, wasn't it you that was saying last time we talked that you didn't like the idea that his face was going to be like it is in the comic books? Wasn't that you that said that?
No, I said I want it to be like
that.
I don't want him. I don't think Kevin Feige's going to do the tattoos. I think he's going to go more comic booky after seeing what he did with Beast. I don't think he's going to do the tattoo designs on the face. I think he's gonna go full comic booky. I think it's gonna be like kind of like the little how he always has like the little shadowy like black markings on his face. I think they're gonna go full. I don't think it's gonna be pupils. I think his eyes are gonna be glowing fully yellow. I think he's gonna go full comic booky with it.
Is that because you think that because of the X-Men 97 cartoon?
Because of the X-Men 97 cartoon, and after seeing what he did with Beast. I think even if Kelsey Grammer was a younger actor, I still think Beast would have been fully CGI. That way they can get that real big,
I still can't get over the fact that Nightcrawler is Floop from Spy Kids.
Quinlan says, I hope you get the colorful suits. Yours truly says, imagine Cyclops says the opposite of his line from the first X-Men and Doomsday. What did you expect? Black leather?
Also, Halle Berry shot down.
What do you think about this?
Huh? What did I say?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you to respond to it.
I don't even know what I said.
You say a lot.
Oh, talking about why some people are like why some of these reviewers are review bombing Minecraft. I mean, that's literally what they did the first week the trailer came out. They were talking so much shit about Danielle.
Right.
I mean, that's just the world we live in. People are gonna hate on things because it's a female. And on top of that, it was a black female. That was all the comment section was.
I will say this:
didn't they have to turn the comments off for the trailer when it first dropped?
Yeah, they did for like 48 hours or something. You don't have to like. I will say this: you don't have to like that people say sexist, misogynistic stuff. You don't have to like that. But I think it's also a little weird to be like it's just not happening when you can go read the comments and see that it is happening. Now, as far as like downvoting stuff, I don't know about that. Like, I mean, I would say that's probably what's happening, but I mean, you can look around. There's clearly, if you go to some of these movies, you'll see like copy and paste comments with like 1-star reviews, and it's just the same comment over and over and over again. To me, that's proof. But what were you gonna say about Halle Berry though? She shot down. You were saying something.
She at Cinemacon, some girl asked her, like, was she are we getting ready to hear that you've accepted the role and to come back as Storm in Avengers Doomsday because they said that they're not done making announcements and people's contracts are done. And she said, I don't know why you all are expecting to hear that. I'm done with that, yada, yada, yada. Then she walked off. And then Haley Steinfeld also like kind of slipped up when she was at the premiere for Sinners, signing autographs, and somebody asked her like, so are you getting ready to be in Avengers Doomsday? Are you getting ready to go film that? And she kind of like she shook her head. Yeah. Then her eyes got real big after she realized what she did.
Oh, so like she screwed up and like gave it away or whatever.
Yeah, and then Halle Berry like straight up like denied it, but it was kind of like a Andrew Garfield type denial.
Yeah.
But then Kevin Feige came out today and was like, "Yeah, we're not done announcing people."
Yeah.
So we got 2 super chats, and then we're gonna watch the Fantastic Four trailer. But I want to just give you guys.
A trailer actually came out.
Well, it's like a updated trailer for Fantastic Four. It came out later today. I saw it like 2 or 3 hours ago.
You sure it's legit?
Yeah, it's on Marvel's page.
I did not see that because they was talking about a real like the
They
trailer.
fixed some of the issues. The VFX look better. VFX look better. We'll look at it here in a second.
Okay, because people think that a real trailer is coming out tomorrow.
Well, I think there is a longer trailer.
Yeah.
This is the one that they showed at Cinemacon.
I hope so because it fits. Because isn't this when we got the first trailer last? This not the trailer, but this is when they announced everything last year.
Yeah,
so,
was on 4/4. My
theory about like Superman trailer, the legit trailers coming out in April. I think that's still the case.
Like, yeah, I think it's just the same trailer with fixed visuals because the thing looks better.
I didn't miss nothing. The thing looks better.
It does. We'll look at it and see though. See what people think.
It's fantastic.
But I want to give a shout out to everybody that's here. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys are watching on Reloaded or Debunks, if you could drop a thumbs up, definitely subscribe if you're not, and support the channel that way. You can just be here chilling with us and support that way. All right. McLeod swooping in. We got 2 super chats from McLeod. They're connected together, but $20 super chat from McLeod and a team member. Thank you so much. Super, let's see, all caps there. Super late to the party, but I say that suit we see in the trailer is not the final suit. What he wears in the trailers compared to the suit in the first poster are different in terms of little subtle changes. We did talk about that when we first saw some of the behind the scenes photos. Pagey was one of the people, he's not here now, but he was one of the people that he thinks there's going to be 2 different suits in the movie. Do we think that's
yeah.
You think there's going to be 2 different suits?
Yep.
I don't.
All right. So you think it's going to be the same suit, Lance?
Yeah.
Someone was telling me that the changes we're seeing in the trailer are visual changes that they did in post-production. That's what I've heard. But I haven't looked with like a fine-tooth comb. But they're saying that like the promo stuff was before they decided to make the changes, and they're just going to change them in post-production.
The reason why I think there's going to be like a new suit is because there's a damaged one. There's one covered in ice, which I think is the texture looks different than the suit that we see in promos. Because the fact that like it has a different design on it. So I think there's 2 different suits.
So you're going to say 2 suits, and Lance, you're saying 1 suit.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see who's right, because it's right around the corner, so we don't have much longer to wait. And this is his follow-up on that. Another $20 super chat. Thank you, McLeod. In the poster, the outer ring of the S crest is red and not yellow.
I think that's just light. I think that's just lighting. Like we've been through that. I think that's just lighting. So
you've looked at the poster then and seen that.
That's just how the poster's lighting is, I think, honestly.
The suit itself has a similar design to the Snyder suits, having a bit more texture and detail, and the curves in the collar look more sharp. Now, I will say that the collar part, I did notice that the collar looked different in the early stuff versus what we saw in the trailer. But again, I don't know if that was just an aesthetic change they made in post-production. What do you think?
Possible.
You're still a 1 suit guy, right? Like you're thinking it's 1 suit.
I think it's a 1 suit. I think it's just aesthetic changes that they made. Like, I mean, they do that all the time. Think about how many times Tyler Hoechlin's suit changed in the first season alone within the first few episodes.
That still like makes me like question the logistics of it. I'm like, where's the explanation? At least on Flash, they're like, I made you a new suit. Luckily, we finally get the fact that he probably has a closet full of suits in the fortress. So I think.
So you think there's going to be like multiple suits hanging up in the fortress?
Yeah, just like Henry Cavill's Superman, there's a black suit. There's a black suit floating that he picks. So I think even if there's 1 suit, there's multiple suits in the fortress.
That's fair.
So since the new trailer just kind of revealed, so let's do this. We won't watch the trailer again because everybody's that I'm reading is saying there's only slight differences to it. Let's talk about the reveal that Sue is pregnant. That's the big one. And I know that annoyed Darren because Darren was on Twitter complaining about it. I saw that.
He was saying that should have been a surprise, but I'm like, that they put it in the trailer, and Disney said people could take pictures and people could tweet about what's going on. So that was going to get leaked regardless. I think they just wanted a hype factor, and revealing that Franklin Richards is coming, literally like the most powerful mutant ever is coming and will be in the greater MCU. That's big news.
I think he's a mutant.
No, he's a mutant.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he is born with powers. Okay.
Yeah, he's a mutant.
Yeah.
I think they needed something that was going to break the internet.
Yeah.
And I think they did.
So I think the kid is going to be one of the ways that they use to stop some of the stuff they're dealing with. And Franklin is a big part of the whole Doom rewriting reality type situation.
I also like in the comics, he actually teams up with one of my favorite comic book runs, which is Spider-Girl with Mayday Parker.
Yeah.
I kind of like that version of Franklin. to be honest.
Cody says it's also why it's called First Steps, like baby's first steps.
And also, they renamed the team Fantastic Five too.
Oh yeah. Well, they've changed the name a few times, but yeah, that makes sense.
And that just only leads to the fact that Valeria Richards is coming eventually as well. So,
yeah.
I still want a Human Torch and Spidey interaction.
it also the fact that they talked about how when Shalabal does show up and she warns that, like, you know, this world is marked for doom, like to be destroyed. Like, they let the entire world know. They didn't do what the Fantastic Four did in the first film, which was basically keep it to themselves. They let their whole planet know. So their planet knows that they're about to get eaten and destroyed. What did they do? Well, rather not they. What the hell did Reed do to get Galactus's attention? Or better yet, what did Reed do to get? Because everybody knows that sometimes Galactus can be, you know, a lackey for other people. Like, for instance, Doom.
I think,
does this have anything to do with what happened in the Infinity War saga that got this version of Doom's attention? And he's like, okay, I have to stop this guy, Reed Richards. Yada, yada.
I think that something similar happened to what Chris Evans on Reed Richards did, where he tapped into the multiverse and they were messing around with it.
Well, it says here this is from the whole Reed Richards from the trailer thing or whatever. Surfer to Reed Richards. Are you the protectors of this world? Your planet is now marked for death. And Richard says, I stretched the boundaries of space and they heard.
Stretched.
Right. So he does, like you said, Lance, he definitely does something.
No,
we don't know what it is.
I think he touched the multiverse.
Yeah, I think he travels. Yeah, I think he creates a way to travel through the multiverse, and that's how that happens.
That's a no-no.
Yeah.
It's also interesting that they're their planet's only protectors.
Yes.
So that's actually that's very interesting.
Just like the X-Men are going to be their planet's only protectors.
Just like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is the only one, and he didn't know about the Avengers. So
right.
Is that banned?
Yeah, so Spider-Man was that planet's only protector. So yeah, that makes sense.
I like that. I like that.
So Michael here with another $5 super chat says, very excited for Fantastic Four. I hope you see a lot of grand scale comic book sci-fi moments. Also, this is one of my favorite stream communities. So thank you so much, Michael. We appreciate you being here and supporting the stream. We have a good time chatting with everybody.
Party.
I'm excited for this because I think this looks like a nice, fresh story for Marvel. What do you guys think?
It's better than the smokes. I'll give them that. Yeah.
I agree. It's something fresh. It's something different. They're not doing the copy. They're gonna do what Josh Trank couldn't do. And and Marvel's literally doing. If you think about it, contrasting, they're literally doing what James Gunn is doing.
Yes.
They're bringing back that hopefulness that the Fantastic Four is supposed to be, tapping into how they were, and changing things up a little bit at the same time, because they have a lot to prove with the Fantastic Four, because they can't have the Fantastic Four fail for a third time.
I think they've realized that trying to make them modern didn't work.
Yeah.
So they're starting them out in a retro futuristic world so they can just displace them. If you go back and you look at my streams, that is literally what I pitched.
I also wish, I'm also hopeful when I see this, is the powers are kind of, well, I saw a few, so I'm like very pleased about it. I want Reed Richards' powers to be similar to Ian from 2005. I do not want him to look, or I don't want it to look like the 2015 one.
I don't think it will. I don't think it's going to look like that.
That was completely stupid.
Yeah, we haven't talked about Daredevil yet, and we'll get to it at some point, probably towards the end. All right, so I wanted to look at, might as well get into this while we're talking about Fantastic Four. Some of the comments under the post about Shalabal. So, I had 2 of them bookmarked. We will carefully scroll through them. All right. So, let me go over here. I want to read the description of the character before we get into this. Because Discussing Film did a sort of live stream post about all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find it. Where they talked about... Oh, here it is right here. And
I just realized that she's the wife off the Wolfman, the new Wolfman film.
Oh, really?
And she did an amazing job in that, might I say.
All right, so this is the description from Discussing Film about the Fantastic Four movie. Kevin Feige treated Cinemacon 2025 attendees to brand new footage of Fantastic Four First Steps. The footage opens with our superhero group being brought into a talk show. It is established that the Fantastic Four have been around for a good while in this alternate universe of the MCU and are beloved by their society. So they're literally like the heroes of this planet, obviously. God, their ads are making the Discussing Film chill on the ads. Sue Storm and Reed Richards arrive late to dinner with Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm, but to make up for it, she announces that she is pregnant. Johnny congratulates the couple, saying Sue will make a great mom and joking that Reed has some work to do. Things seem to be going well in the dimension until the Silver Surfer comes to Earth and warns the Fantastic Four that their world has been marked for imminent destruction. Excuse me. The shadow of Galactus is shown looming over New York, and the Silver Surfer tells our heroes that there's a race against time to save the Earth from destruction. So this is like early in the film then.
Yeah.
I feel like that's pretty close to the, like, it feels like it's in the second act.
Lone Wolf asks, why is your Twitter not in dark mode?
Because I have a hard time seeing it with my blue reflective screens.
There you
I
go.
use like a blue light screen. It doesn't show for you guys because you're seeing it shared on this, but it goes into like a blue light mode. Let me keep reading here. Actually, we'll just share this instead. The civilian asks Reed Richards if they're going to be okay, which she answers, I don't know. We see him consumed by his research, burdened by the heroic responsibilities. Sue and Reed make a promise for the future of their child, and we are shown Reed giving a speech and telling the public that the Fantastic Four will protect them. The trailer ends with a shot of the Silver Surfer riding the iconic board away from the burning flames of an explosion. That's the one we might get, what is it, today? Or tomorrow?
Well, technically today is 12. So.
Okay. Now, the descriptions of Shala Bal is they're saying that she's basically the Silver Surfer with long hair.
Yeah, she looks like the comic.
Yes,
like the
right.
comic.
Let's just kind of scroll slowly through some of these. All right. No way, a woman Silver Surfer.
People are still idiots.
I think he's being sarcastic, but
maybe, but you know it's Twitter.
Mm.
There's a lot of people mad that they didn't show anything, but they couldn't because nobody filmed stuff and uploaded it. It would get copyright claimed immediately. Oh look, the cringe. The cringe one. Huh?
I was like, that's not being sarcastic.
Look, of course, Nerdrotic. Norrin Rad is the Silver Surfer. Well, you know what? So is Shala Bal. And even if it was in one story, she was the Silver Surfer.
Yep.
That's the part I don't get. You act like you're such deep comic book lore historians, but you want to like pretend that you're the most surface level fan. Steve Rogers is the only Captain America. Does that mean you've never read any other comic books ever? Where Bucky was Captain America? Where John was Captain America? Where Sam was Captain America? You've never read any of those stories? Jesus, it's just that's the issue with that is, and this is why I don't respond to that anymore. He has told people that's outrage bait. He's like, I do this just to get people to retweet it because it's a blue check mark. And so Justin has retweeted it, which means that he will get money off of it because Twitter only pays interactions with blue check marks. I've already said, I know what's going to happen with this character. She's going to get sucked over
Jesus.
with the Fantastic Four and Galactus into this whole like Doomsday Secret Wars universe. And then we're going to meet the Norrin Rad Silver Surfer in our universe.
Going to be played by Lakeith Stansfield.
And they're going to meet each other, and it's going to be this really cool story between the two of them. That's what I think is going to happen.
We kind of get like an idea of what, as you put it, sucking into our universe from Venom 3, where he basically gets sucked back into his universe.
True. Not watching a woman playing Silver Surfer. Disney ruining these franchises with wokeism and DEI. They don't even know how does DEI even apply to this? How does it even apply to this? That's literal brain cells being lost on Twitter every day, every minute on Twitter. DEIA, which is what the actual term is, has nothing to do with a character that already existed in a comic book being in a movie of that comic book.
Mm-hmm.
It's what the fuck?
People aren't smart, and
look right here. I am sick of these movies. Gender and race. There's no race swap. First of all, with this character,
there's no gender swap.
There's no gender swap because this character existed. Look how like paying for a blue check mark with 260 followers. For what reason? Why are you paying for Twitter with that many followers? Then he goes, are they? I don't want to assume anything. It's a picture of a pig.
No, I'll assume an idiot.
I get it. She is playing Shala Bal, but no one cares. Fans want the original Silver Surfer. Fuck this.
Okay.
Silver Surfer isn't a fucking woman. Look, so Lance, the people that were challenging you about the stuff with Danielle, imagine this, but about a black woman in Minecraft.
Yep.
That's what we get. Like, this is the comments we see.
Yep. So anybody that says this type of stuff isn't true, I mean, the evidence is all over, especially Twitter. The evidence is all over Twitter. Twitter is a cesspool.
Yeah. What do you think's worse, Twitter or TikTok?
Twitter.
Twitter by
Paigey
far.
and I have argued about it. I've said Twitter, but Paigey says TikTok.
No, Twitter by a mile.
No. TikTok's only bad if you look for the bad stuff and your algorithm gets fucked up and you see it all the time. But Twitter, it's like all there. Like it's in your face.
Yep.
That's why I like about TikTok. Like it's you only see what you're known to seeing.
Look at this one. As long as she's not black or Latina, I'm fine with it.
Wow.
Twitter should definitely have a dislike button. I would love to see the ratio.
I also love this one. Women don't even like watching these movies, so we can't have women in movies if women don't like watching those movies?
Basically.
So it has to be complete sausage fest. 100% men in movies made for men. Never women.
I hate when they do that because it's not technically true. Like you can't cover all women. Like if you say men don't like this, I'm like, you're wrong. I'm right here. I like it.
Well, the last time I checked, straight men like to see women and stuff.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You've got a character. Let's just be very clear here. It's basically a naked body coated in silver. And you're saying, no, I want to see. Let's keep this straight here. These guys are saying, no, I want to see the dude's ass covered in silver.
Basically, you preaching. Basically,
I mean, let's just keep it 100. I'm not saying there's any. Look, if that's what you are about, I can vibe with that, obviously. But most of these guys are, I'm assuming, are straight guys. So I'm just saying, like,
I don't know what I don't know. I don't know. They get mad when you call them out on that. Like I told a few people, I'm said these posts are sounding like Zest Fest, and you got people that got mad, but I'm like, what do you want me to think?
Man, this GIF is just used way too much.
I hate when they say the movie's gonna bomb, but they be the first one in the theater.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't see Snow White, but guess who went and saw Snow White? A bunch of those people that were like, don't go and watch this movie. They were the first ones in the theater.
I honestly think like 90% of those didn't actually go see it. They basically sat in their car.
You could be right. You could be right. Yeah.
And acted like they hated it.
I'm just kind of look at this. Why am I not surprised? It's awful how you mess it up. It's a naked silver lake. How do you know they messed it up? You haven't seen the fucking movie yet.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the footage yet.
Nope.
And everyone that's seen it says it's literally just her with long. It's like it looks just like her.
It's the comic. They copied the comic to a T.
Just say you're not a real comic book fan and keep it moving.
Yeah.
At this point. We could look at another one, but it's basically the same stuff. I'm not going to even... You guys get it at this point. Let's do some super chats. All right. Lone Wolf here. $2 super chat. Sent you some stuff on one YouTube AI vid, one Vincent. Okay, I don't know what the AI thing is, but we have to be careful about watching AI on YouTube. They will like block your video, but I'll look and see what it is. They've gotten really strict on that. I don't know if you guys have noticed that or not. They've gotten really strict on
not on mine.
Blocking AI stuff.
Well, mine's not AI visual. It's AI music.
That's fine. It's mostly AI visual stuff. Cody with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Cody. I just want to know why comic Twitter thinks they know how the film industry works. Exactly. The one thing I don't understand is how a comic book fan can get mad when a movie does a comic book story and keeps it 100%, but then get mad and say that they're not keeping it 100%. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This is a character from the comics. That's a deep cut. Do they really think we're never going to see Norrin Rad as Silver Surfer? Is that what they think?
They literally announced that Norrin Rad was in the movie, right?
I don't know if they announced that or not, but I
think it was at the beginning, like there was going to be.
I'm going to say with 100% certainty, we will get Norrin Rad as Silver Surfer.
I think they both show up at like similar times.
Let's see. Hold on.
You'd be like, "Hey, I'm right here." You know.
By the way, you guys, I bookmarked it. Is the Thunderbolts footage new?
I don't
know.
No,
not that I know.
It says it's a behind-the-scenes video.
Oh yeah.
I might take a look at that. It's just it's like a minute and 20 seconds. Let's see here.
Lone Wolf says no, a tweet about it. Sorry, I couldn't write more.
What?
Oh, Lone Wolf says no, it's a tweet about it.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. I did want to talk. Thank you, Lone Wolf. I actually forgot about this story. This is a big deal, oddly enough. Thank you for the super chat, Cody. By the way, let me see where we are on the second goal, because I did put up a second goal there. Wow, you guys are amazing. We are 7 out of 10 on the second goal. So all we need is 3 more super chats at the light blue tier or higher to reach the second goal, and you guys will get the top 2 picks on the Reloaded channel. If you're watching on Debunks, it's on the Reloaded channels where the super chat goal is. We're so close. Thanks, you guys. All right, so this is what I wanted to talk about. I'm sure you guys have seen it. Maybe you've talked about it on Party Nation, but right here. Oh, Lone Wolf, I'm doxing you again. Look at that. Close the super chat.
Sneak peek.
Yeah. So Warner Brothers, Sony, and Paramount have monetized all of these fake AI YouTube trailers.
No, we ain't talk about that, but that's actually smart.
Instead of copyright striking the videos, this is hilarious. They've asked revenue to flow in their direction. All right, before I get my thoughts on this, what do y'all think? You said it's smart, Lance.
I think that's smart. Because honestly, they're getting tired of them putting out, because these fake trailers and stuff, they're getting money. They're getting money off this because, of course, a lot of people, they aren't smart enough to realize that.
Facebook is the worst, man. I know on Facebook, I see you all the time having to debunk people and saying it's fake, this isn't real, stop sharing this.
That's why, like, my friends that are like not really like as deep into this as I am, they literally come to me to know. I get tagged on Facebook and at least 10 to 15 posts a day talking about some, bro, is this real? Bro, is this real? I just say, look at the source. You can look at the source of something.
Right.
If these pages be named meme and they be thinking it's real.
Or it'll say something like best pottery of the day or something. It's like, what are we talking about, man? Like,
exactly. Like, they're getting money off this.
How to wash your car in 48 hours or some shit like that is where it came from.
Thumbnails be terrible.
Couldn't Tom Holland and David Cornsweet like sue them?
There is legislation against like prawn. I'm not going to say the word because YouTube hates it. Like if they were making videos of them doing things like that, they could definitely sue them because there is a legislation against that. But AI trailers technically fall under like fanfic, so it's hard to do that. But I think the reason why the studios can claim it is because they're using the likeness of the characters. They're not doing what you're like. 3W, you do like the cut up videos where you chop and edit things together.
Yeah.
That's different. They're taking the likeness and making fake trailers out of them with AI. Mm-hmm. It's different. So I don't know if it's going to stick. I feel like this is going to end up in court at some point, but it really depends on whether or not these channels want to fight it. Do you think they're going to fight it? I don't think they are.
I don't either.
They were getting millions and millions and millions of views on these AI trailers.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And it's honestly sad because like you were legitimately fooling people, and now that's over with. Like you got to find a new gimmick.
Yeah,
I mean
you can't do this anymore. So
if you look at David Cornsweet's picture of what he looks like as Superman, you can definitely tell that's fake.
So 3Dub, I want to just put this out there. I know Lance is going to agree with me. The majority of the general public doesn't notice that.
Yeah, they definitely don't. They definitely do not. I mean, the Tom Holland joint has wings on it.
Well, I mean, I'm a video editor. I can pick these things.
Well, like me, you and like if I saw a fake trailer with AI, I'd know immediately it was. But the amount of people that watch those fucking chat, I know you've seen it too. I have to call this out. The like Got Talent shit that pops up on Facebook where people turn into zebras and then turn into skeletons and shit like that.
Yeah.
The amount of people that think that is a real episode of America's Got Talent or Britain's Got Talent or whatever.
Yeah, it's bad. It's so bad. Honestly, it's laughable.
So this is it's crazy, but I think it's necessary, personally. So the other thing that you sent over was actually something that Lance wanted to talk about. So, and we could sort of talk about I don't know. We'll see if anybody cares about spoilers, but we'll talk a little bit about Daredevil or whatever. But because I know if Gwendolyn's still here, she hasn't seen the episode, so I don't want to spoil it for her. But Vincent D'Onofrio here says Kingpin can't appear in MCU films. I'm only usable for television shows, not even a one-off Wilson Fisk movie. It's all caught up in rights and stuff.
Yep.
I don't know when that would work out or if it ever would work out at all. Now this comes down to that fucking Sony Marvel Spider-Man rights on TV versus Spider-Man rights in movies.
Yep.
It's so fucking convoluted. So the only way Kingpin could appear in an MCU film is if Sony gave them the rights to do it, because Kingpin was introduced in a Spider-Man comic book.
Yeah.
I would like, if that's the case and Wilson Fisk is only like available for TV shows, I kind of want them to be okay with Tom Holland going over to.
That's the problem, is Spider-Man on TV live action also falls under that same shit with Sony.
Wouldn't Spider-Man Noir be the same thing?
No, because it's not Peter Parker.
Well, it's still a Spider-Man.
It is, but it's not. It's not under that same contract. Like, there's certain Spider-Man characters that don't fall under that contract. Spider-Man Noir does not. But Spider-Man Noir is also, I believe, a Sony project. It's not MCU, so it doesn't count.
True.
So if they wanted to use a live-action Spider-Man on a Marvel TV show made by Marvel, it has to be approved by Sony. And if they want to take a TV character from Spider-Man to live action, it has to be approved by Sony.
He's also giving the political answer too, because he's not. There is a way.
Oh, there is a way. Yes, 100%.
Marvel has to own all the rights.
The issue is, I think at this point, based on what Kingpin has been doing in Marvel, where he's been on Echo, he's been on Hawkeye and everything. I think clearly people think of Kingpin as a Daredevil villain in Marvel. We, the comic book fans, could see Kingpin being a Spider-Man villain. But does the general audience think Kingpin as a Spider-Man villain? He's mentioned Spider-Man in the Daredevil show. That's allowed. But, I mean, would it work in a movie? Could we see this iteration of Kingpin fighting Spider-Man in any reasonable way in this iteration of Kingpin? I don't think so. The one in the Spider-Man game, yes. Because he's like huge and he's got super strength and everything.
He hasn't.
This one, I don't know.
It would be completely random if he was to show up. Like, there has been no like reason for Tom Holland Spider-Man to hate him.
Not yet. They could set it up, but it would take a minute to do it. And the issue is, I don't know if that's the direction they want to go.
And if they do negative, if they do Negative Man in the next Spider-Man movie, that's a setup for Miles Morales.
Maybe
in a way.
Not necessarily, because Negative Man.
No, I'm quoting. There is a story in the game that has Negative Man.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I played it. Yeah. I think it would work better if Spider-Man were to come onto the TV show.
Yeah.
Than for Kingpin to go into the movies.
But like the Brand New Day thing, they're gonna have to reference Kingpin and the anti-vigilante
yes.
Stuff.
You know what I would like to see in season 2 of Daredevil is Spider-Man come in for like a 2-part episode and team up with Daredevil to fight something related to Kingpin.
Unless Doomsday, the effects of Doomsday like change everything that's happened. So basically the vigilante rights went out the window and didn't carry over into the new world.
What do you mean?
Like if they do a Crisis on Infinite Earth scenario and have a new world that Doom created, they wouldn't carry over.
Well, each part of Battleworld has different rules.
I get that, but why would you do that then do Secret Wars? That would have to wait until after Secret Wars.
Yeah.
I think it's better. It's a nice way of expanding on what the new world would look like with Spider-Man's perspective.
I mean, maybe. I can't say I'm totally okay. Like, I don't know if I'd like that, but I mean, it could work, I guess. All right, let's see. We'll drop this down and answer the super chat, and then we got a couple more things to look at.
Because it makes more sense with the Brand New Day title.
Yeah. South Texas Shark with a $5 super chat and a team member. Thank you, Shark here. Did you hear Take-Two CEO wants to release a second trailer for GTA 6 closer to its release date? Is this a good strategy? Look, maybe it's just me, but I think GTA 6 is going to sell a ton of copies whether the trailer comes out sooner or later.
Yep.
GTA 5 has lasted for how long on mods and shit? Like over a decade now?
Yeah.
When did GTA 5 come out? What's the release date for GTA 5? Anybody know?
2015, I think.
Was it 15?
Yeah. I think so.
Alexa, when did Grand Theft Auto 5 come out?
Grand Theft Auto 5 was released on March 15th, 2022, and it is available
Oh,
on PC.
2022.
Oh, that's the
PlayStation 4,
remaster.
PlayStation
Alexa,
4.
stop. She's so stupid. All right, hold on.
Well,
2014.
2013.
Oh, okay. It was 2014 on the one I looked at. So, anyway, over a decade. So, I think it's going to be just fine. I don't have an issue with it.
2 years off.
A lot of people are trying to talk shit about it. I think it's going to do fine, just like every other game that tries to get AstroTurf. Pretty much does okay. Are you a big fan of Grand Theft Auto, either one of you guys?
No.
Yes, no, not really. No.
I'm not a thief, you know.
Is that what you
like
base it on?
Yeah, I'm a straight and narrow person.
Oh, okay.
I'm a
Gotcha.
Marine. I like to go on Call of Duties, you know.
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha. I saw this here. Paramount's advice to movie theaters. You see this?
Yes.
Yep.
Limit trailers. No ads.
That's dumb.
Matinee pricing until 6 p.m.
I like that.
Discounted tickets on multiple weekdays.
I like that.
So out of these four, you're like 50-50.
Yeah, because why would you limit trailers and no ads? That's how you market films.
Lance
and
was
other
like,
things.
"This is dumb," and then he's like, "I like that."
The issue is they need a little. They need a little bit of collateral thrown their way. If the studios want theaters to survive, we need some reciprocation here, some resuscitation to these guys. If you want them to stop running ads and limit trailers, give them a little bit of capital to set them up for success until they can build back their customer base. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got these big corporations, they want to put their movies out in theaters. If theaters go away, it's going to really hurt them. Like, theaters and studios are kind of two hands on the same body. Like, theaters can't survive without movies, and big budget movies can't survive without theaters.
Nope.
So if you want these kinds of movies to come out, they need to help them out a little bit. If you want them to stop nickel and diming people, help them out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel. I don't know.
I wish they would say this to the other streamers because they're basically pushing out like TV level.
Oh, 100%.
persons.
Ads for streaming services suck. Trailers for other films, I don't mind. Yeah, I don't like the ads either, but unfortunately, I know that they have to make money somewhere because the ticket prices are not spread evenly across all theater chains.
Fun fact: ad blocker works perfectly.
No, sitting at the movie theater.
Oh, okay. Then you're fucked.
For the love of God, stop playing 30 minutes of trailers before a movie. I will agree with this. I don't think 30 minutes is good.
Yeah, not 30 minutes because like that plays with the movie's runtime.
Yeah. Ghost Bumble says, I don't mind them limiting ads. There's now 30 minutes of ads and trailers running before the movie even starts. That's way too much. Used to be maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes of ads and trailers. You know what I see now when I go to theaters? I see some celebrity speaking for some company that's selling ads to the theater. Like, hi, my name's Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and this is brought to you by VistaFlick and VistaFlick Comedy. Here's a preview of a TV show that you're never going to watch on, this random streaming service. And then you get 3 minutes of that. And then it's like, let's play a game. Can you guess what movie came out in this era? Blah, blah, blah. And then you do that. And then it's just that for like 20 minutes.
The
new
AMC joint where he's like an anime character now. I said, oh, brother. Like Greg.
Wait. Who's an anime character?
It's like the Marcus Theaters, I think. Greg Marcus is now animated to look like an anime character, and he's like trying to promote like what you can all see at the movies now. Like you can watch anime, you could come in and watch a TV show or something. I'm like, I get you're trying to push stuff, but at the same time, this is corny.
Yeah,
I do like the fact that they are when they do show trailers, it's tailored to that specific audience. For instance, if you go and watch Snow White, you're not going to see blood and honey.
Yeah, no, look, I'm okay with, you can run at least 4 or 5 trailers for me, and I'm good with that. Ads, I'm not so good with. Like, ads annoy me.
Because I don't think you show horror to kids.
Right. So this is the Thunderbolts, like, sort of featurette type thing. I don't know what they called it, behind the scenes, sneak peek, whatever. Let's see what this is.
We've been getting to do a lot of our stunts, and there's that countdown of 3, 2, 1, go. And then, you know, all hell breaks loose. Action!
That was the easy part. Yeah. So here we're at the Merdeka 118, getting ready to do a real base jump off the second largest building in the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Any stunt in any movie, this is amazing. How many times do you see someone throwing themselves off the building? It's strange how zen I feel.
3, 2, 1, go!
Someone called Tom Cruise.
This shot looks, I can't wait to see this in the theater. This looks so cool. Hold on, let's back this up.
Go!
That's practical?
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this movie. Like, legitimately excited.
Look at this.
And she signed off her life?
She's a real one. I'm telling you guys right now, Thunderbolts is going to be another level of shit. Like, I'm so excited for this. Look, I think Fantastic Four is going to be great. It's going to be comic book goodness. I'm more looking forward to this movie than I am Fantastic Four.
Yep.
I'm just being real.
No, I feel you on them. I feel you on them for real. And did you hear they at Cinemacon? I guess they got tired of hearing like all the discourse over like why is Bucky here? Why is Bucky here? They said how long Bucky lasted as a Congress member.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
A day?
I think it's like a month.
Oh.
He strong-armed them.
So Mario, was that a real thing or was that April Fool's? That's the problem.
That's a real thing. It was he lasted half a term as a Congress.
I think Bucky strong-armed them.
Oh
my
God.
I don't like your politics. Grab this.
Jesus. Anyway, let's finish this little teaser here.
So much fun.
So dangerous too.
Oh my God. Tickets on sale Monday?
Yep. The movie's a month out,
crazy.
so
yeah, I know. I'm so excited though.
We only got one trailer, literally.
I'm good with that though. I think we saw enough in the trailer to sort of understand what we're looking at. I think
this is like the first time that there's not like 2 or 3 trailer 2 and trailer 3.
no.
All right, so guys, we have I'm going to stay on for about another half an hour. I don't know how long everybody else is going to stay on. About another half an hour.
I'm about to jump out, so I can get some rest for work.
All right, we'll see you later, Lance.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, we got 30 minutes left. We got about 20 some minutes left on the goal. We are so close to hitting the second goal. You guys have been amazing tonight.
We can do it.
2 more super chats of the $2 and up tier or light blue tier and up. We'll hit the goal, and then we'll do 2 of the things on the poll. Oh, by the way, I'm probably not going to be well enough to do like a full-on 5-hour stream this weekend, but I'm doing a bonus stream.
Sweet.
So I will be live on Saturday afternoon. It'll probably be like another 2 or 3 hour stream, but it'll be Saturday afternoon. So if you guys want to chill on Saturday, I'll be knocking out some of our the goals that we've had on Saturday.
Just
so it'll be
remember,
a fun stream.
I'm not in the green room.
I know. I won't forget.
I'm always available. Yeah.
So what else did I have here? I had a few things to look at. It's been so much stuff. I want to make sure I'm pulling up all the stuff that's actually real.
Did you hear that Grant Gustin's going to be in Avengers Doomsday as the Flash?
God.
That was on April 1st. I'm like, I hope
that.
I'm like, are you? There was actually some people like believing him. Like, oh, you gotta be.
We look at this. So this came out, and it is Aaron Pierre on the set of Lanterns, right? And they shared these two photos. And people were getting mad about these. Did you see this?
No. This is new.
They were getting mad because they're like, "Oh, look, he doesn't have his ring on." I'm like, "It's a behind-the-scenes photo." Like,
they're not going to let you wear that 24/7.
Well, also, we don't know what the context of the scene is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, I'm not necessarily convinced this movie is going to be, or this show is going to be great. I've got concerns about the show, but I think that's another level of nitpicking. Like,
if it's true and Guy Gardner is in fact in the series, we're definitely going to get some sort of fight between Hal Jordan and him.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. There's another shot of him here. I think he's getting in or out of a car with a gun. Like, why does he have a gun? I'm like, you really don't know John Stewart's backstory?
Nope. You remember John Diggle? He had a gun.
Right. So weird.
The Second Amendment. I mean, it's popular.
Yeah. Stray Bean said the Sentry's an underrated character too, unfairly hated character. I agree. I can't wait to see the Sentry. I cannot wait.
Mm-hmm.
Is that real though? That's the thing, is I need clarifications on these. The Last Friday movie is actually happening. Is it actually happening?
Oh, that one, yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
My
I think it was said before April 1st.
I've been sick since like Saturday afternoon, so anyway. Let me drop this out here.
We should do the 5-hour stream on my birthday.
When is your birthday?
Tuesday, on the 15th.
People would not come in for a 5-hour stream on a Tuesday, would they?
Well, if it's in the middle of the day.
Maybe. You know, that's a good point. Maybe they would if it's in the middle of the day. Staggervore here with the $4.99 super chat. Thanks for contributing, Staggervore, and good to see you. Have you guys ever seen the 90s SNL sketch of Superman's funeral? Many DC characters are featured on it. I would totally watch that, except Saturday Night Live has a historically outrageous copyright claim situation. If you watch anything from SNL, they will claim it or they'll stop your stream immediately. I don't know if it's true or not, but everyone that I've ever talked to says they're hyper aggressive with that. So
there's
I don't know.
Probably some sort of delay though, because they have to like look at like the entire world.
Let me see if I can find it, how long it is. If it's short, maybe we can get away with it.
Wait, which Superman funeral are we talking about? Like,
It's like the old school SNL from a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, this is like almost 7.5 minutes long.
Yeah, that's going to
Staggervore, I'll save it on my likes on YouTube. Let me like the video. And then just remind me on the 5-hour stream that we do to watch it, or on Saturday. If you remind me on Saturday, we'll watch it on Saturday if you can make it. Let's see here. All right. And let's see. What else do we have over here? Oh, Stray Beans. Be great, Hibbity and Jibbity. Thank you, Stray Beans, for the $2.99 super chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely stop in and remind me on Saturday. We'll watch it on that stream because I don't care too much about that one. But we're so late into this stream that I wouldn't want this stream to get shut down at the very end. If it happens on Saturday, we'll just pop back on like we did last time. I had something else here that I wanted to talk about. Where is it? Oh, this was interesting here. Disney's Tangled live action movie on hold indefinitely.
Yeah. They got tangled up in political.
I knew you were going to say that. I was waiting for that joke. So, yeah, so crazy to me that they decided to hold this up because of the reception to Snow White, which, to be fair, I think more kids are familiar with Tangled than they are Snow White.
Yeah.
I think Tangled would be a better live action movie in general. And How to Train Your Dragon, which is getting good reception, is almost apparently, like according to people that saw it, it's a shot for shot live action version of the animated one. So what's probably going to happen moving forward is when these kinds of movies get greenlit, at least in the meantime, they're going to just do them as shot for shot live action.
The thing is, like, you can't please everyone. You can do the shot for shot, and you're going to draw out the other crowd that's like no creativeness.
Yeah.
You're just basically copying and pasting.
Right.
Like, when you have, like, I was quoting Darren, by the way. And then you have, like, people with the creative side, and they're like, they totally disrespected the original, the original project. And I'm like, there's no pleasing anyone.
I'm actually surprised that Darren isn't here. I didn't see him in the green room. Did he have a stream tonight? Did he do his stream earlier?
No. Don't think
Oh, he didn't do his stream earlier?
No.
Oh.
He was pretty upset about that thing that you said he was upset about.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So he was upset with that to the point where he was like mad.
Yeah, I can't do this today.
For some reason, I thought it was already spoiled on like a toy or something. Maybe
What?
I'm remembering something wrong.
What was spoiled?
The Fantastic Four stuff, right?
No.
Was it this Tangled?
No, it was. Yeah, it was the Fantastic Four stuff. The pregnancy.
Right. But I think that was spoiled already. I thought it was spoiled already. Anyway,
Not on the toy side of it. Not on the toy.
Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't there a mention of Franklin Richards being in the film before now?
Yeah.
I feel like there was. I feel like we talked about it already. But I could be wrong.
Do you think Zachary Levi would be in the live action?
Zootopia 2. Are you excited about this?
Yes, I actually am. I did love the first one.
Wasn't it named something different in Australia?
Yes, I don't remember.
Zootropolis? Was it Zootropolis?
Yes.
Instead of Zootopia?
I still can't get over the fact that I know that voice actor that plays the Sly Fox.
You know him?
No, I mean, like, I know. I've seen him in live action, and I can't believe he's voicing something.
Oh.
He's not a voice actor in the sense that he has never done a voice actor until now.
Oh,
Never.
okay.
So I don't see him as a voice actor. He's the guy that helped Hancock be a hero.
All right. So we're going to answer
that.
These two super chats, and then we're going to go through a thread from James Gunn. Because I want to point out, before we wrap up, we might even... Have you seen Daredevil this week or no?
Haven't seen since episode 5.
Okay. So I will give my general thoughts on this episode of Daredevil without spoiling it for anybody, because I don't even know if Gwendolyn's still here or not. I think she probably went to bed. But I'll talk about that in a moment. It'll be the last thing I talk about. So... super chat. Yeah.
I was already spoiled with the double D's.
Oh, well, we talked about that already, I think, last week. So
yeah, I saw a photo. Lance basically was like, "Here it is." I'm like, "You mother." I'm like,
all right. So you guys are so amazing. We hit both goals tonight, which means we'll pick the top 2 choices on the poll. So if you're watching on the Debunks channel, come over to the Reloaded channel. You can vote on the poll over here. We hit our full goal for the second choice. So come over here and vote on the Reloaded channel, and then we will look at those results in just a moment. Question is, 499 Super Chat for Staggervore. Thank you so much. Do you think Zachary Levi would be in the live action Tangled? I think Zachary Levi's leading man career is over for a while. It's in any kind of like blockbuster movie. Like he might get cast in small projects or indie films. I don't think he's going to be in any blockbuster movies for a while.
I don't think he was ever like a leading man to begin with. He
was the lead in Shazam.
Well, that's the only one. He's basically
Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Okay, second, but he's hasn't been a leading man until now. The first time he was Chuck, and that's basically it.
Yeah.
Until Shazam.
Yeah. I think he's kind of canceled, and I've said for a while that cancellations really depend on like the market. He pissed off the market that was going to book him, and that's what happens.
Also, it's only canceled if you think you're canceled.
Oh, Unbreakable Boy Reed. Let's not even get into that.
Because I think he's happily have a kid on the way, so he's got his mind set on that.
Yeah, Lobo says Zach will be the next Kirk Cameron film. That's hilarious. So Cody is confirming, member for 63 months. Thank you so much, Cody. It was pieced together and figured out by fans with Franklin Richards. Yeah. So I understand and I feel for Darren. I wish he were here to like sort of give his opinion on it because I'd love to hear his opinion. Maybe he'll tell us next time he's on stream. But I kind of had already, I guess, I understood the assignment. Like I knew that Franklin was going to be a part of it somehow, some way. So when I saw that it was quote unquote confirmed, I'm just like, okay, for me personally. But a lot of people were mad about it. I saw a ton of people pissed off about it.
About Franklin?
Yes. Yeah.
Castle? Or
no. Franklin Richards in Fantastic Four.
Oh.
It's called Zootopia in Australia. It's called Zootropolis in Europe, I think because of trademark issues. Okay. That's what it is. Thank you, Jay-Bird.
Metropolis.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. This is going to be the semi-final topic because I'm going to give my thoughts on Daredevil as well. But I wanted to go over everything that was shared by James Gunn at Cinemacon. And the reason why we can go through this very quickly is because, surprise, surprise, it wasn't that much.
He's learning.
Yeah. So the hallways were filled with Superman banners and John Williams' music was playing. Attendees flowed into theaters. Warner Brothers showed a behind-the-scenes photo from their famous movies, including Superman 1978. Here we go with the upcoming Superman movie. There we go. There's the hall with people kind of piling into it. A lot of cool things going on. Bag check. Oh, look. This is how they didn't want people like taking in their phones and stuff like that. The full Warner Brothers picture sizzle reel played with new clips and logos from their upcoming films, included some new shots from Superman. So we have this here.
Apparently there is did you hear about the 14-minute filming of Lois and Superman?
I did hear something about that, but I wasn't sure what that was about. So...
Apparently they filmed a 14-minute scene.
Okay.
Because it was so good.
Well, that's cool. A few seconds of footage from the dynamic duo movie was shown. It depicted the Batmobile crashing through a pillar and Dick Grayson on the subway. The footage featured animation plus puppetry and live action. And there's a little preview. It's kind of cool. When it was Superman time, first a behind-the-scenes video featurette played on the big screen. It showed the cast and crew having fun filming, and a quote from Rachel Brosnahan saying, "In James Gunn we trust, and I think we can do it." Just going back and showing some of the promos from them.
Didn't they do that the other time too?
Yeah, I think it's the same one, actually. The featurette also included a new shot of Metamorpho and new looks at all the major characters in their suits, including Hawkgirl. It's described as very warm and uplifting, showing the excitement the cast has for the film. Superman team then took to the stage. James Gunn, Peter Safran, David Cornsweet, Rachel Brosnahan, and Nicholas Hoult all spoke for around 30 minutes about making the movie. Peter Safran began presentation by dubbing this July the summer of Superman. James Gunn and the cast all spoke about their experiences, with much of the conversation documented in articles published after the event. A brand new clip from Superman was shown. We saw this.
Yep.
An extended trailer was shown. It was exactly the same teaser from December with a few tiny extra shots, which you mentioned, which has the Lex and Lois and Clark in their apartment.
Also, they gave a voice to Lex when Superman flies by his window. He says he's back.
Online, the publicity team dropped a few written interviews in James Gunn and the cast, including the Time Magazine and Entertainment Weekly. A new promotional banner for Superman was spotted on the show floor. It shows the golden aesthetic of Metropolis in the film. There we go. Looks kind of cool, like the Daily Planet logo. Nice looking sky.
That
skyline.
thing's going to fall. You know that, right?
I know.
Almost
Anyway.
in every Superman iteration, there's the globe falls.
Yeah.
At some point.
So, all right. We got another super chat here from Anonymous. 199 super chat says, did you see Switch 2 stuff? $90 for game yikes. Yeah, we talked about it briefly at the beginning. Politically, we're in a weird spot right now. So I don't know what it's going to mean for gaming moving forward, but games are going to be hit pretty hard when it comes to shipping and stuff. So I would expect, unless they give us a break on digital copies, physical copies are going to be super expensive. At least in the interim. I don't believe it's going to last very long. I'll put it that way. I have hope that it's not going to last very long.
It never lasts
we'll
long
see.
in the library. Basically, it drops like every few months.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But I think they've been pushing for games to get more expensive for a while. But I think they're going to find that people are going to have a breaking point.
Yeah,
I think when games get close to $100 a game for just the basic game, people are going to push back against it.
It's basically the same premise as the movie theater. People can't afford this crap.
Yeah. Like, for example, I purchased Final Fantasy XIV over a decade ago. And every 3 years, they release an expansion. The basic expansion is about $60. So every 3 years, you get a brand new game for $60. And then you pay for, because it's an online game where you play with other people. It's if like I'm locked in at a cheaper rate. I get it for like $12 a month or whatever to play the game. It's unlimited. There's no cash shop. Well, there's a cash shop, but it's not like a predatory like pay to win game. And that's enough for me. I play that game every single day. I kid you not, guys. I play that game every single day, at least for an hour a day. It's my favorite game to play. And that is a game that I'm willing to spend money on. But I tell you what, I would not pay $90 for upgrades to that game. I wouldn't do it. It's too much for me. I'm one of the guys where I will buy the base version of a game. And that's usually around $50 to $60, sometimes $69, depending on what it is. Yeah, so Fetman here says, game prices went from 60 to 70 in 2020. Right. And now they want to go from 70 to 90. No, fuck that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it.
If there was like a map that was like an extended part of the game and that was $90, I would buy the original and then burn that disc. That's just like
Jason, I've been paying $99 for games since PS1. I'm in Australia. That's why I've heard Australia charges so much for game imports, for physical copies. I don't know what the reason is. I haven't really looked into it too heavily, Jason, but it does suck. I feel like you guys have got stuck. Also, Australia has really strict regulations on like what games can have in them. So it's kind of crazy. All right, guys, we are at the end of the stream. I'm going to give my general thoughts on Daredevil, the Daredevil episode, the one from this week, because it's very polarizing online. People have been complaining about it. I'm not going to give any spoilers. I will talk about spoilers on Saturday. But I thought it was a good episode. I know it's a little all over the place. I feel like there was some disjointed messes going on with the episode. But I still feel like some episodes are like a collage of what the show was versus what they turned the show into. What I'm really excited about, from what I understand, the next 2 episodes are completely new episodes, meaning they're the ones that were filmed after they made all the changes. So it's 100% after the changes. So no more leftover stuff from the previous filming they did. So it's no longer Frankenstein's monster. So I'm excited for that, and it makes me excited for the next season. Because if I like these last 2 episodes, I know I'm going to love the next season. So that's why I'm excited for it. However, I understand the character of Muse wasn't like the comic book version. He looked like the comic book version, did stuff like the comic book version, but wasn't exactly like the comic book version. So I get that people wanted that version of the character. I think there's still a possibility that we can get that. So Ghost, I know people have been saying different stuff. From what I understand, that is not true. I'm not calling you a liar. I have heard people saying that there are still things in episodes up until this last episode that was left over from the previous stuff that they filmed. So unless I see any concrete information one way or the other, I'm going to assume that was the problem. I'm going to assume that's the issue. But I know for sure they've said the next 2 episodes contain no previous footage. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, he also has the ability to, like, create a bubble of silence around himself. I'm not too familiar with the character.
It's kind of I kind of am curious of what X-Men would think of Inhumans.
Well, I mean, they had an X-Men versus Inhumans storyline in the comics. So
what was the main cause of that? Was it like a dispute with like the Sokovia Accords?
So it's been a minute since I read it, and there's probably a lot of people in the chat that have read it more recently than I have because it's been a while since it came out. But I believe the issue was the Terrigen mist that turns people into Inhumans is toxic for mutants. And so there was this calamity where the Terrigen mist storm was going around the world and killing mutants. And so the X-Men wanted the Inhumans they wanted to stop the cloud from happening. But the Inhumans saw it as like a sign of evolution. So they didn't want to stop it. And so that's why that's what happened. I'm pretty sure that's the basis of that storyline. Unless I'm missing something.
And what pissed off the X-Men to verse the Avengers?
That was more of a like internal battle with certain characters, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
So
You're a jerk. Let's fight.
yeah, there's a lot of that happening. All right.
Spidey had a love triangle with 2, and they didn't like it.
Yeah. Lone Wolf $2 super chat. Can't wait to see what they do with Muse in season 2. Yeah, I know. That's the thing is we as far as I know, we're seeing the character again. So yeah. Hopefully it works out. That's right. It was the Phoenix Force. I remember that because that's when we got like Cyclops Phoenix and like Colossus Phoenix and all of that. Yeah, I remember that now.
I still want a version of White Phoenix. There's a whole story arc of Phoenix, and I kind of want to see it played out.
All right, so let's see what you guys picked on the list. Let's do it. I'm curious. We're going to end the poll now. And we have the top 2 were a tie. Anyway, so you guys just lucked out because now that means it's the top 3 because there's no way to break the tie. So 3 of these things are going to be...
They planned this.
I feel like it was a concerted effort is what it was.
Like,
yeah, Jaybird, 30-30 is wild. All right, let me write this down. All right, so what got selected is a watch-along movie, which I will do on Twitch. It will be on Twitch where you'll be able to see the movie with me, but then it'll be over here on YouTube where we're watching it without the video. Or we can do a movie that's available on YouTube that I can watch with you guys. We'll see. Let me ask you guys in the chat. Would you rather me find a movie on YouTube that we can watch together that won't get copyright struck? Or would you rather me just watch a movie, any movie, over on Twitch that has to be like censored on YouTube? Which one would you guys rather see? And
I don't even know how Tubi's able to get films because it's free.
yeah, I would probably use Tubi if we're gonna do something other than that. A movie on YouTube. So one of the free YouTube movies, basically. So here's what we'll do. Before we do that stream, I will hold a poll on a live stream with some choices, and then you guys can pick. We'll do it that way. Then we have the worst MCU heroes and worst DC live action heroes. Those are all the bonuses. We get 3. You guys really benefited from that. 100%. 100%.
You're making sure the 5-hour stream is full of stuff.
All right. See you later, Lone Wolf. We should watch Meteor Man. Is that on YouTube as a free? If you look on YouTube and you see Meteor Man as a free movie, I think we can watch it on YouTube. I think if it's a free movie on YouTube, you can watch it on YouTube. Let me see. I don't think it is. Let's see here. All right, so on YouTube, I'm going to pop this list up. Let me share it here. I saw the Naked Gun trailer, but I don't know if I can watch it here on YouTube. All right. Oops. All right, so here are the current free movies on YouTube. We have Dino King. Don't know what that is.
Ooh, IP Man. Oh.
Cannonball Run 2, Furious, IP Man: The Awakening, Seasons of the Heart, The Wishing Tree. Also, it can't be something that has like X-rated stuff in it. So it can be like blood and guts, but no like
no
boobies
gore
or anything like that. IP Man 2, Maya the Bee. IP Man 3.
Yeah, there's 3.
Interview with the Hitman, Uncle P.
That's IP Man, the one.
Oh, Ghost says free YouTube movies tend to add out all the cursing and nudity and stuff. Let's see. Halo Legends. That's funny. Pennywise, the story of it. Sometimes there's good stuff on here. Sometimes not so much. I feel like IP Man's probably the best thing we've seen so far.
Wait, go back up. There's one with what's his name? The Ron Clark story. Okay. I thought I saw Friends actor, which I did. Matthew Perry.
Anybody see anything that's good? See anything that you guys like? Bob the Butler. Disorderlies. That's actually really funny. That's a funny movie. I remember really loving that movie when I was growing up. All right, that's all that's on there right now. But we'll check back again before we do that stream. Excuse me. Gosh, my voice is running out. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Thanks everybody for being here. I want to thank Paigey for stopping in, Lance for stopping in, 3Dub for showing up, not only not scheduled to be here, but showing up at the beginning and staying all the way to the end. So,
I'm a trooper.
Anyway, but let me go ahead and put myself up on the big screen. Solo layout. All right, with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for hitting the goal twice. You're amazing. I will be doing a stream on Saturday afternoon, probably around 5 my time. So if you want to stop in for a couple hours on Saturday, I'll be live. We'll hang out and cover anything that we missed here. Anything that I wasn't able to watch, maybe that SNL skit will be fine. That's pretty much it, though. But thanks, you guys, so much. It means a lot, and I will see everyone in the next stream. Thanks, 3Dub, for being here, and we'll see everyone later. Have a good night.
We are